are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
J-E-S-U-S, no other name is better. G-O-D, I am blessed. Come on and sing it louder. J-E-S-U-S, no other name is better. G-O-D, I am blessed. Now everybody say I'm blessed. Say I'm blessed. Say I'm blessed. Say I'm blessed. I'll never miss someone who makes me smile for no apparent reason when I'm feeling down. I call on you to be my comforter. I'm your child. You dry my eyes from tears I cry. Never leave my side. Your love ain't like the season or people. You never change regardless of what we do. You treat us equal, even though I don't see you way out of my situation. Prepare me on a daily, keep me strong. Correct me when I'm wrong. I could have lost my mind. Suicide lost my life. But you gave me more reasons to continue this fight. J-E-S-U-S, no other name is better. G-O-D, I am better. Come on and sing it louder. J-E-S-U-S, no other name is better. G-O-D, I am better. I wanna thank you for loving me. Roof over my head may not have much and it humbles me. All it takes is one call of your name, you come running. Even when I'm undeserving, you give it all to me. Struggles I endure, take them away with every little bit of piece of sunshine. Always come through when you're on time. Brighten my day with the best glow. Remind me I'm not alone. Enemies won't steal my shine. Nothing won't stop my grind. Showing out for the 9-9. See, I could have lost my mind. Suicide lost my life. But you gave me more reasons to continue this fight. No other name is better. G-O-D, I am better. Come on and sing it louder. J-E-S-U-S, no other name is better. G-O-D, I am blessed. So everybody say I'm blessed. Say I'm blessed. Say I'm blessed. Say I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Let's go swear, goddess. I give thanks. I'm with the ministry, but not what you think. Lizzie Jeff accomplishing impossible things. My divinity. Give me access to miracles, mystical, essential, that's facts like empirical. Times like these feel scary. Okay. I'ma need for you to stay inspired. I will. I just got a message from the fairy. They say, buckle up, we rising higher. They say that we currently ascending. If you've been preparing with intentions and commitments, then you and greatness make a perfect parent. Personally, I prefer this pause. Since practicing my rituals more often, it's apparent what's inherent, and I know for sure it's God. If you knew half the shit I done seen, it would be more clear why I'm here. So I just express to the best from my chest in hopes that I could take away your fears. Shit, I know what it feels like to be homeless and stuck, but I have no idea what it's like to give up, cause I never let the struggle fuck me up. You see, the system makes you think that you're a victim, but that's fiction. You just gotta get specific about who it is you vision. Your highest peak fruition, intuition is a gift given when you enter into this dimension from the fifth. Take a deep breath. Hold. Hold. Release. Bleeding and it's free. Free gon' handle me. I done see some things. I've been in the streets. First I take a breath and then I hope that I'll never fall. Blessings from above. Let you see my stuff. Bleeding and it's free. Who gon' handle me? I done see some things. I've been in the streets. First I take a breath and then I hope that I never fall. Breath and then I hope that I never. Bleeding and it's free. Who gon' handle me? I done see some things. I've been in the streets. First I take a breath and then I hope that I never fall. Breath and then I hope that I never fall. Don't you never. Bleeding and it's free. Who gon' handle me? I done see some things. I've been in the streets. First I take a breath and then I hope that I never fall. Breath and then I hope that I never fall. Deep breaths, then I'm checking off my check. Shout out to my angels when I'm wrecked. I believe in God, no question, no doubt. I've been so invested, I'm my best friend. Working on my altar, letting blessings on blessings. With some GPS when I need some direction. Giving y'all my best in each of my expressions. Hope you feel the intention and more deeply connected. It's no competition, I just wanna love you. It's no competition, I just wanna grow. It's no competition, let's go get this W. It's no competition, look at how we grow. I just wanna love you, I just want to. Look at this, let's go.
Midwest Kids just released a collaboration with Hollister. It's amazing what's possible when everyone has a voice at the table, not just a seat. Seeing is believing. Head to Hollister.com to grab some exclusive merch from Midwest Kids. It's time for you to download the Enterprise Theater app on Roku TV. This platform has all of the content that you need. And All Hustle No Fear is in syndication right here on Enterprise Theater TV. So pick up your remote, download the app, and catch All Hustle No Fear and multiple platforms, multiple music videos, multiple movies at your leisure on Enterprise Theater TV on Roku. See you there.
I just want to run my business and do relationship with my friends, and that's it.
You are now tuned in to All Hustle and No Fear with your girl, the Hood Unicorn. Come on, let's go.
Back against the wall, last name against the rope. Middle finger stretched, if you thinking it's a joke, tell my friend I'm about to blow, 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 about to blow.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Good morning, good morning. What's up? Who you booing? Hey, how y'all doing out there this morning? This is your girl Sunshine Reigns, aka Griselda Blanca, aka Uni the Motivator, aka the Party Starter. But you tune in each and every morning because I'm your Hood Unicorn. I'm here to wake you up with some positivity, some motivation, some current events, and a lot of Kikin. Okay, so that's how we're gonna get our day started this morning. I'm up this morning. I'm telling you right now, I'm up. I'm ready to go. I'm happy. Ain't nothing wrong with me except my trade didn't hit. Well, it's not that it didn't hit. It's just that it's turned around right now and it's just irritating my booty hole. But it's okay because I'll catch it on the back end. I'll catch it on that fall back down like it's supposed to do. Good morning to all you beautiful people out there. It is I don't know if it's a nice day yet because I came in a little bit earlier than usual because we have a guest today. So y'all stay tuned for that. And yeah, I've been coming to work for the last couple of weeks and it's been light outside and today it was really dark. So, ooh, my EJ hit. Okay, so for everybody that's new here, I haven't been trading in a long time. Like I haven't traded since the end of the middle of December, right? So you guys that are new that have started watching since December till now, the last 3 or 4 months, y'all have never heard my trading Tourette's. I definitely have trading Tourette's. And basically what that is I'm looking at some of my trades as they're going off. And as they're going off or whatnot. And if they hit, you just gonna hear me like, yes. Like it's something that I do because you have to get excited over it. Speaking of trading, trading is one of those things, and look, I'm not about to get in this with y'all, but it is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays we do have currency conversations, so this is in line with what we're talking about today, right? But if you're interested in trading the stock market or Forex or Bitcoin or any of that, I need Black people specifically to understand this is not a scam. And the reason why I say it like that is because a lot of times people believe that when you start talking to them about this, all of a sudden you're trying to rope them into some kind of pyramid scheme or something. And that's not what it is. The people that you talk to who have high losses or the people who say it's a scam, it's because they did not learn the skill. It's all it is to it. It's because they did that. I'm 99% sure that that's exactly why they call it a scam, because this cannot be a scam if it's been around for hundreds of years. They've been doing the stock market and they've been trading when it was just paper. Okay. But yet their technology has given us ways to be able to make it accessible for everyone. My goal with trading is to be so good that, yes, I do become $1 million trader. And what I mean by that is I'm able to take my account and turn it into something, take a small amount, turn it into a big amount, right? I should be able to take $100 and turn it into $1,000 within a couple of weeks because of compounding. And instead of looking at it like I'm trying to hit a quick lick and win the lottery, or, you know, become a millionaire overnight, I'm looking at it more like this is a slow and steady wins the race. And if it takes 10,000 hours, if it takes 10,000 hours to be a master of your craft, and that's whatever you're doing. I don't care if you're trying to learn how to play the violin. I don't care if you are a master carpenter. I don't care if you're a hairstylist. I don't care if you're a singer. I don't care what your goal is of doing. You need to put in 10,000 hours to become a master of your trade. And you know, a really good book to read when it comes to this, read the book Mastery by Robert R. Greene. That is a amazing book that explains exactly what I mean by this, okay? And that's actually where I got the 10,000 hours from, reading that book. You as an individual have to hone your skills. The more you do it, if you do it every day, it becomes a part of you. It becomes something that is innate within you. But if you feel as though this is something that it should just be natural, There's no such thing as natural. Even natural talent has to be cultivated in some kind of way. Even natural talent has to be molded. No, I don't need no results. Web trying to tell me what natural talent is. I don't need you telling me that. So hopefully, you know, someone within the sound of my voice is understanding of this isn't overnight. I don't care what it is you're doing. Look at me right now. For everybody who was so proud of me and so happy that I've reached 500 shows, do the math. Do the math on that. Somebody told me the other day, they was like, man, you make this look easy. I make it look easy because I used to freak the hell out in the beginning. I make this look easy. Man, look, I'm not even going to sit up here and lie to y'all. One reason why y'all love me is because of my transparency, and I have no problem being transparent as hell right now. When I first started this thing, my stomach would hurt so bad that every day before I got on the show, I would have to defecate. I would have to go to the bathroom. Because I'm the type of person where my worry, my strife, it's in my root chakra. It's in that seat chakra right there, right? And so when something don't feel right to me, my stomach don't do right. My stomach hurt. And it wasn't that it didn't feel right to me. It was more so just that I was still nervous. I was still working towards being comfortable here. Now, when I first started, it would take me 30 minutes to set up. 30 minutes to get I got 3 computers going at one time, and I'm using all 3 computers. Most of the time I'm using 2, but every once in a while you'll see me pop back here and check this 3rd computer. So it took me 30 minutes to come in, set up the computers, set up the cameras, get my show ready. Like, it took me a while. It would take me days to find out what I wanted to do on my show and what I wanted to talk about. Now, it doesn't take me days. It takes me it takes me about an hour. Every Saturday morning, I wake up about 7:30 in the morning. This is my habit. This is how I habit stack. I read my book in the morning because I'm in a book club. And then after I read my book, I start working on my show. And I knock out 4 days worth of content in about an hour. Whereas it used to take me 4 days to find 4 days worth of content. You get better. It gets easier. You fall in line the more and more and more you do things. So, and it's not just doing them, but it's doing them better each time. What is practice? Practice, I'll say this over and over again, practice is controlled failure. Every failure that I've had doing this was a controlled failure. Because I'm doing it to see, to test, to gauge, what is this going to do? For everybody who's ever asked me about my audio, baby, me and this audio done been through some things. And when I say been through some things, I'm talking about people. We done got people up here to try to help us. We done, and when I say we, I'm talking about me and every other mind in my body. Because I got about 4 or 5 people stuck up in here. But where my audio is now, is it at my perfection? No, it's not. And I know why. I know I need another tool, and that tool is going to cost me about $600-$700. And I just don't want to pay for it just right now. I don't feel like that upgrade. So I've got the middle grade, and what you hear is middle grade audio, but one day I'll invest. I'll get that nice little roadcaster thing with the, I can, baby, don't play with me when y'all see me get that roadcaster thing. You know what I mean? Same thing with my camera. Somebody gave me Jada. Jada is the name of my camera. I take her with me everywhere. And when he first gave me Jada, he actually told y'all this story. When he first gave me Jada, I didn't realize how to work it, and I didn't really try. But after carrying Jada around with me everywhere I go, after messing it up, playing with the features, asking questions, watching videos, putting in my time, learning the skill and the craft of this, I've gotten really good with Jada. And I've gotten good enough that I'm ready to upgrade Jada. Not Jada, but her lens. I definitely need to upgrade Jada's lens because it's not an autofocus lens, and I definitely need an autofocus lens for when I be out and about outside, right? Because I need to be able to quickly grab you and keep going. So, and that is not cheap in itself. I looked that doggone lens up last night, and that bad boy is $600, and I was like, God. But then my homeboy was like, oh, that's cute. You getting that $600 lens. My lens is $1,500. And I'm just like, okay, I don't care about that. I'm not Jeebus. I don't need that yet. I don't need that yet. But invest in you. And not just your tools or what you're buying, but you're investing in yourself in the time that you put in learning and honing your craft. I might have started out talking to y'all about trading, but when it comes down to it, what I really mean is anything that you're investing your time in that you feel as though it's important. If you crocheting, you ain't gonna crochet just one sweater and be amazing. You're going to have to do a hat, some gloves, some booties, a sweater, one of them shawls, one of them things that wrap around your face 18 times and then pull over like a hood. You're going to have to do a couple blankets, but you're going to have to put in the time before you really are a master crocheter or a master at any of your crafts. So I hope this helps somebody who's out there who's feeling frustrated because when they try to do something at first or when they're working on something, it's not getting it just yet. It's not just perfected. Baby, you ain't put in enough time yet. You still got to put in your time. You still got to put in your time. So there's that. And that's me explaining to y'all also when y'all hear this Tourette's go off, what that Tourette's is coming from, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, I be yelling during trading, and around that 9:30 hour when the show is almost over, during that 9:30 hour, that's when the bell ring, and boy, oh boy, when that bell ring, it make me happy. But last but not least, if there's anybody out there who's interested in learning how to trade, if there's anybody out there who's interested in really honing their skills or anything like that, y'all can hit me up. It's on my website. I'm part of a group called Black Forex and Stock Traders. We have an amazing head of the group. She's I believe she's a principal now, but she has a doctorate in teaching. And so she sets the class, the way we work together, she sets it up the same way she sets up and builds classes and schools. She's built schools before. And so that helps us to be better traders. I've had other groups try to talk to me, but I didn't like their setup. I didn't like what they did. And you just have to find somebody that works for you. But this skill right here that I'm learning, I'm not learning it for me. I'm learning it for my children. I had my son sitting right next to me last night. He was pissed. He was so pissed because he was bored still. And it's because he hasn't really gotten it yet. But once he gets it, he's going to love this. I'm going to make sure of it. And he's going to trade too. And when my daughter get old enough to really start understanding it, I'm going to get her trading too, because this is a skill that we need. My ultimate goal, like real talk, my ultimate goal is to be able to, one, be in elementary schools or junior high schools and to be able to teach this to the kids, and two, to be able to offer single mothers that are in low wage jobs like McDonald's and okay, let me not call them low wage job, entry level positions, non-career based jobs. I would love to be able to work with single moms and men and single fathers or whatever. I'm not just saying just one demographic, but to teach them how to take something as little as $50 and turn it into $500 and then turn it into $5,000 and then eventually turn it into $500,000, because it is very possible. It is very possible. I read this story about a young lady that's in our, well, she's not in our trading group, but she's in the whole of the group, like the big group. And she took a $10 account and turned her $10 account into $100,000. That is discipline. That is a lot of discipline because, baby, trading on a $10 account is very difficult. Trust me, I know. I've tried multiple times and blew multiple accounts trying to do that. But it can be done. And if she can do it, I can do it. It's a challenge for me. I'm going to do that one day. I promise you, I'm going to take a $10 account and make $1,000 off of it. That is a freaking goal of mine. Okay. So, there's my morning motivation. Hopefully I hit somebody where they needed to be hit. You got that little info that you needed. We're going to go and play some music real quick. And when we get back, we've got, more currency conversations actually, but it's going to be currency conversations as far as what's going on in our community. Let's look it up so I can tell y'all what to look forward to. Later on in the day, we have a guest coming in, and he's going to be dropping some new music on us and telling us about an album that he has coming out. And then look, I know it ain't tomorrow yet, but I'm so excited about this. If you guys ever watched the new MacGyver, that's where I first saw him at. But then I started doing some research, and this man has also been on what was that, Rush Hour, when they made Rush Hour into a TV show. He was on that, and he was also on something else that I have on here that I was talking to him. But I've got Justin Hires coming in tomorrow, and I'm super excited about that because, like I said, he's been on a couple of shows that I've watched, and I mean, I want to meet the people that I like. You know what I'm saying? I want to meet the people I like, fan out a little bit. That's the whole point of being back here, is that I get to meet people that I might not have been able to meet in any other situation. So that's what I'm about to start cooking for. Okay. Let's see. Today in Currency Conversations, we've got, we're going to be talking about poly jobs, taking on more than one job and something that's going on. We're also going to talk about California and their cigarette ban, no more cigarettes. And we're also going to talk about California and their low cost insulin. Okay. And if we have enough time, we'll talk about how somebody said eggs cost too much for us to even sell them. F it. We not even selling eggs no more because they just cost too much. The profit margin is too damn low. All right. I say go get some chickens. My neighbor, he grow bees. Do you grow bees? Raise bees? What you do? He grow bees. I don't know, but he a beekeeper, and he be outside with the bee suit on and everything, and we be getting honey from him, and I love it. And he be having chickens and turkeys and geese and stuff like that out there. And we be getting all kind of eggs when the coyotes don't take them, because yes, there are coyotes in Atlanta, and yes, they will attack your animals, put your little dogs up. Trust me, I know. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned because we've got a great show for you. Natural Way said raise bees. I want to learn. Did I say it right? Do you raise bees or do you grow? You raise bees? Do you grow bees? What you do? Like, they kind of do it themselves, I know, but it's a way to say that correctly. And then she said, get chickens. I got enough land. You want to come help me? Like, I got the land for it. I just, I'm never home to raise the chickens though. Like, I don't know, but I seen a pretty chicken downtown Atlanta. It's on my Instagram. That chicken, that it was a rooster. That was a cock. That cock was beautiful. That was a beautiful cock. It really was. I was surprised to see it just walking around downtown like he owned the place, and he had two little fine ass chicks with him too, some little hens, and they was just walking around downtown Atlanta like what's up? So y'all let me know. I'll come pick up some chicken eggs from you though if you got some, for real, because I like eating fresh chickens. They good. So this is All Hustle No Fear on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. We are going to a commercial break, but when we get back, we have more All Hustle No Fear. So you stay right here, all right? Truckers, I haven't said hi to you guys in a long time, but let me go ahead and say hi. Hello to all my truckers. Wait, let me pull it off.
Let me give you a little ASMR. Good morning, truckers. Hello, how are y'all doing? You know that I am not no lot lizard, but I will be your bobcat and anything else that you need me to be. But most of all, I'm your mud flat, baby, because I got your back. This is All Hustle, No Fear on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio.
What's up? All my truckers out there, I need y'all to be tuned in to All Hustle, No Fear each and every morning. We will be in your ear, keeping you awake, making sure you don't roll over that slow-ass car in front of you, or you get to your destination safely, okay? Make sure you tune in, leave them lot lizards alone, and listen to All Hustle, No Fear each and every morning for 7 to 10 a.m., waking you up in the best way. All you got to do is download Hits 92.3 ATL's app in the iTunes store or the Android, Google Play, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Download it and listen. All of y'all CBD 492 Burger 495 Breaker 49. We've got a hot body on the radio right now, sounding real good, giving us orgasms. Let us go ahead and tune in right now to Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. Over and out.
Sign language niggas be talking whenever they signing on the line. Please don't chime in, watch it, I got timing on the mind. Line like call it line disease, nigga, you got diamonds on the mind. You never be going in like a driving that McDonald's on the line. Niggas investing to better your clout, a mind and nothing to better your mouth. Ain't no 10Ks, ain't no relays, nigga, you running a regular route. Eat if the enemy ready to chow, all of you coming with edible style. From a jungle, my effort is wild. Watch the kid, don't step on the chow. Born a legend, drawing blessings, while it's passing, strong weapons on your seconds. What's my lesson? Warm my presence, hornet's nest. Born a legend, go and tell them any lessons, no exception, no starting slow, ain't no Nolan, so it's no inception. Ain't no James, please don't get them, hold no leeway. Ain't a team, nigga, see us on the freeway. Open road, don't cut in front us like a DJ. Hydroplaning in her DM like a speedway.
Pedal to the floor, 100 miles per hour. I ain't getting tired, never throw in the towel. I'm just going hard while I'm passing lanes. Look into the sky, see the paper planes. I know what they do, know we made for things. Made for life, cause we made these dreams. All in the eyes, now I'm running for the prize, yeah.
Jetty, I'm ready, I'm kinda awkward but steady. Not awful often, I get it. Popping off on the Senate. Block a blick, blah. Life is awful augmented. When you running through the same game and everybody vision. People promise you profit, people promise they poppin'. People problems will pop up, plagiarizing the product. Prophesizing the product, pantomiming what's poppin'. They little pumping, they purpose, they probably pumping the Perkins. Man, I've been all over, everybody slept. Like they head was all up on my shoulder, everybody wept. When they seen that boulder coming down the path to success. That's that road closure, I need dynamite. Oh my God, I might just die tonight. If I don't write tonight, then I don't fly, it's not alright. I got it lit that light, I gotta admit, I feel that fright. Like every night that I don't win, feel that tightness all up on my chest. Goddamn, we just get it, we up next.
Pedal to the floor, 100 miles per hour. I ain't getting tired, never throw in the towel. I'm just going hard while I'm passing lanes. Look into the sky, see the paper planes. I know what they do, know we made for things. Made for life, cause we made these dreams. All in the eyes, now I'm running for the prize, yeah.
You'll never ever see my camp losing. Taking shots without thinking I'm playing shootings. Run you over if you ain't rolling with the damn movement. I'm Superman in my time, Cam Newton, little throwback scrambler. I gotta touch bread every day, don't get donuts manager. Cat outflow, y'all amateurs. Get a rap game and clean sweep, I'm a dope ass janitor. But I'm still 30 from my 30 bandanas. Time on 30 bad dances. Hip hop ain't dead, we just built the studios and ambulances. Music in school when I'm shooting up the campus. We champions and quick pitches. You must have cut your balls off, traded them for a pussy at some bitch niggas. I'ma get richer, that's the way to go. I make a whole Tory to the paper like stick figures.
I'm a brave of my opposition. RB to my competition. My words are superior, you better listen. I'm a heavyweight, you're not even in my division. Let's get it.
I'm the greatest like Ali, the top of the Billboard charts where you find me. But not just me, it's us team, we a family. Cause we the bestest in the body, music, anatomy. And we are anomalies compared to with what's out. Standing in position, no submission to chase clout. Cause I'm not built for that labor, don't possess that behavior. Let that hate marinate in your blood for the flavor. I hit the ground
I'm running, never fumble. Blocking out the haters like Mutombo. Got the killer instinct, DJ Combo. That crown we need it, now we need it pronto. Yeah.
Pedal to the floor, 100 miles per hour. I ain't getting tired, never throw in the towel. I'm just going hard while I'm passing lanes, passing lanes, passing lanes. Looking to the sky, see the paper planes. I know what they do, know we made for things. Made for life, we made these dreams. All in the eyes, now I'm running for the prize, yeah.
Lately I've been feeling kinda strange, chasing after bills. It's gonna be much cheaper if you go and use a vacuum seal. It's gonna be a long trip, baby, pack a meal. We tryna get all these shits up out of here. I hope you heard me crystal clear, you looking at an MS. You gotta put the work in if you wanna have a big check. Stepping on them bitches, put them hoes in the prison. And once we put them bitches on the road, you know it's Nizak. Big boy ballin' riding on 64. With a trunk full of peas, I done been here before. Making plays all day, I'm getting money galore. Pumping gas, I don't even know the price no more. Way before the big time, I been cool. Man, I'm talking way back before I had juice. Since I was 16, I can make drugs move. That's when I found out I was a money getting fool. I've been trapping, I've been rapping, I've been trying to get to it. Ain't no Ellen in my rapping, baby. I just do it, just do it. I got guns in every city that I go to. And you can try it, pussy nigga, if you want to. Lately, I've been feeling kinda strange, chasing after bills. It's gonna be much cheaper if you go and use a vacuum seal. It's gonna be a long trip, baby, pack a meal. We tryna get all these shits up out of here. I hope you heard me crystal clear, you looking at an MS. You gotta put the work in if you wanna have a big check. Stepping on them bitches, put them hoes in the prisons. And once we put them bitches on the road, you know it's Nizak.
First we grab them, then we put them on the road, you know what's next. We gon' stay down for a month and we gon' take off with the check. We gon' shoot home and re-up and we'll be back, we got the next. We gon' take off from Virginia, we gon' post up in the Lex. We gon' get a stack of stash and I'ma spend some on my neck. I'ma get right on your ass, you ever play with my respect. I caught a nigga lacking at the club and beat him half to death. Same shit that make you laugh and make you cry, now laugh at that. Police hit the lights, I hit the gas and pulled off in the vet. Boy, I got 50,000 on me cash, I'm posted in the jet. I really got my name from putting work in out the internet. Cause all that do is get them people clues and I ain't into that, no.
Lately I've been feeling kinda strange, chasing after bills. It's gonna be much cheaper if you go and use a vacuum seal. It's gonna be a long trip, baby, pack a meal. We tryna get all these shits up out of here. I hope you heard me crystal clear, you looking at an MS. You gotta put the work in if you wanna have a big check. Stepping on them bitches, put them hoes in the prisons. And once we put them bitches on the road, you know it's Nizak.
It's time for you to download the Enterprise Theater app on Roku TV. This platform has all of the content that you need. And All Hustle No Fear is in syndication right here on Enterprise Theater TV. So pick up your remote, download the app, and catch All Hustle No Fear and multiple platforms, multiple music videos, multiple movies at your leisure on Enterprise Theater TV on Roku. See you there.
And we're back. That's right. You know, you can always catch All Hustle No Fear in syndication on a couple of different platforms. Roku TV is one of them. You can also catch me on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook. I'm on TikTok right now, like all kind of places. We meet you where you are. You ain't got to meet us where we at, okay? That's the beautiful thing about All Hustle No Fear. So let's get this thing-a-langin'. It is Wednesday, and on Wednesday we talk about currency conversations. First thing we're going to talk about is something called poly jobs. So, you know, since the pandemic, people are really talking about this whole work from home situation and how people are taking jobs and they're working on their computers and they're on their computers on the beach or at the grocery store or getting their hair done or whatever. And not everybody likes that. People want, there are some people who want people to come back into the office and come back to work. I understand some of the reasons why. Like, we've got empty buildings that need people in them. Not only that, there are a lot of businesses that are around, like in the downtown area, when there's those real high rises and stuff like that people work in those type of buildings. Those buildings, those businesses rely on the people that work in those buildings to patronize their businesses, from restaurants to cleaners to gas stations, all kind of stuff. So I understand in some kind of ways why they want us to be back in the office, but for some people it just doesn't make sense, and it's like, I don't need to go back to the office, I can do everything right here. And now there's a phenomenon that they're doing that's called polyworking. So they're basically doubling up their jobs, right? So listen to this. Traditionally, people would find a vocation they enjoyed and it paid a decent wage. That's not happening anymore. Instead, they climb the ranks, dedicating their career progression to one employer. But as the cost of living has increased and wages have stagnated and people took to working longer, making it harder for younger workers to progress into senior roles, which means basically what they're saying is people ain't retiring like they used to. They staying in their job. So I can't move up if you ain't moved out, right? And professionals are not waiting for their bosses to promote them anymore. Instead, they're taking matters into their own hands. After years of job hopping and more recently the explosion of side hustles, workers are now splitting their time across multiple employers at once. The phenomenon of working two or more jobs is called polyworking, and it came about as people seized the opportunity to take on multiple full-time roles while they're working from home. Without a tiresome commute, getting from one job to another is as easy as signing into your computer for your second shift of the day. And it's why, according to new research, a third of workers are holding down 3 or more jobs. Okay, but let's just be honest. This is really not a new phenomenon. It's just you guys aren't being honest about it, because the people who worked multiple jobs weren't in corporate America type jobs. They were people that was working at Wendy's, and you left Wendy's and you worked at IHOP, or you left Wendy's and you worked at a daycare, or you know what I'm saying? Teachers been poly working for a long time, because you ain't paid teachers what they deserved in a long time, ever. So teachers poly work. I don't like the idea that you're trying to make it seem like, and this is off of Yahoo Finances where I got this article. I don't like the fact that you're trying to make it seem like this is something brand new that people have just like, oh, I'm just going to double up my job. Nah, baby. We've been working multiple jobs for a long time. A lot of people been working multiple jobs, but now they're able to do it simultaneously. Because some of these people not just clocked in from 9 to 5 at one job, they clocked in from 9 to 5 at 2 jobs at the same time, and they knocking out both of them. And what I do don't make you shit. What I eat don't make you shit. Pay me for doing the work you want me to do, and don't feel like you my pimp and you the only one I'm supposed to work for. If you want to be exclusive, you need to pay exclusively. Okay? If you want just me and you don't want me spending my time with nobody else, you better pay me like you want me to spend time with you. Okay? Paycheck surveyed over 1,000 American workers to find out who is most likely to be juggling multiple jobs and the impact it's having on workers. They found that while 40% of workers overall currently have multiple jobs, the number rises to almost half of Gen Zers. And not only are the youngest generation of workers, but most likely to be holding down multiple jobs, they are also even more likely to be splitting their time to between 3 or more employers. A full 47% hold down 3 or more jobs, according to Paychecks. Now, answer me this. Why is it that we have people that have to have 3 jobs and they're still under poverty? They're still in poverty levels. These people ain't working 3 jobs and making $100,000 a year by far. These people are working 3 jobs and they might be at $50,000 or $60,000 a year, because these jobs are only paying $20,000 and $25,000 a year. And we're not talking about taxes. We're not talking about FICA. We're not talking about all the other things that's coming out of our check as well. If you lucky enough to get a job that's giving you 40 hours a week so that you can get insurance, you know how high insurance is coming out of that goddamn on check? Oh, it's kicking ass. So this looks worse on our economy, and it looks worse on our job market for what it's saying than it looks bad on the people that's doing it, because you should be able to pay your employees a working wage, a living wage. I am a firm believer. If you can't afford to pay them, then don't try to hire nobody. If you wouldn't work for that amount of money for what you asking them to do, don't try to convince somebody else to do that work for something you wouldn't take. And case in point, there was this man on the internet a couple years ago where he took a picture and he was like, it's a shame I can't get nobody here to unload this truck. And the truck had boxes. Like, this was one of them Granger trucks that I used to pack over at UPS when I worked at, yes, I did work at UPS when I was young, a little young Thundercat. But this was like a Granger truck, one of them 16 wheelers, and it's full from bottom to the top, front to the back, from the rooter to the tutor, full of boxes. And he talking about it's a shame he can't get nobody up here to make $14 an hour to unload the truck, and he got to unload it himself. And somebody was just so graciously reminding him, it's a shame that you on the internet complaining that nobody wants to unload this truck and you got to do it yourself, because basically you saying you don't want to do it for $14 an hour. So instead of complaining, why don't you raise that up by about $4-5 an hour and see if you can't get somebody in there? Hello, I'm not working for $7 an hour. I can't buy shit with $7 an hour. I'm not working for $7 an hour. I might show up. I'm not doing shit. You cannot expect a person to care with the wages that you are paying people. That's just all it is to it. And I've said this on this show before too. I need a lot of y'all to check yourselves when y'all going into these fast food restaurants, because most of the time in these fast food restaurants, it ain't nobody in this establishment over the age of 39, 40 years old. These is kids in there. Management might be up there in age, but the people that's making your food, that's ringing up your order, and that's passing it out that window, these is children. These is damn near children, okay? And they is making beans. And here you come with your own, you could cook your own damn food, and you mad because they put too much mayonnaise on your sandwich. It's not the way I like it. I don't like this much mayonnaise. So you want to fight them or shoot them or tear up the place because you didn't get the sauce that you wanted, or because it's moving too slow, or because she talking to me with an attitude. Damn, she 15. She got an attitude with everybody, baby. But it's a Publix right across the street that you could have went to Publix and made your own damn scattered, smothered, covered, or whatever the hell it is that you about to order. You know what I'm saying? But you come to these restaurants and you give these kids. I absolutely hate that. I can't stand y'all for that shit. Every time I see that, it annoys the dog crap out of me. It really does. Because this is somebody's children. This is somebody's child, and they just trying to make a couple of bucks, and they ain't getting paid what they owed or what they do. And here you come trying to be an indignant ass. Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all know I get there. Y'all know I get there. Y'all know I get there. Some industries are more conducive to polyworking than others. Computer and technology sector workers are more likely to have multiple income streams. These workers are also likely to take on extra work in other fields, mostly within the healthcare industry. Meanwhile, the researchers also found an overlap with finance workers taking on extra shifts in the retail and education sectors. What's more is they don't plan on giving up their second or third jobs anytime soon. Around half of the respondents said that they plan to polywork indefinitely, and the older respondents were the more likely they were to see juggling jobs as a long-term solution as opposed to a means to an end. Their motivation varies according to research. Without multiple streams, Gen Xers and millennials most fear the possibility of having to move to a new home, while baby boomers are particularly worried about their inability to keep up with inflation. Overall, flexibility, additional income, and freedom were the biggest benefits cited among poly workers. So to entice young workers, the generation most likely to be guilty of polyworking into committing to one firm, the report suggests employees consider offering them financial security, flexibility, and open to contract work while emphasizing your company's commitment to authenticity and diversity. So basically, just like I'm saying, look, you can't expect a person to come and want to work for you, and you can't expect people to come and want to work for you and give them your whole life, and you're not giving them the things that they need. People got kids. They got to pick their kids up from school. They got to take their kids to doctor's appointment. Kids get sick for no reason. And when I say sick, I mean they just at school and they sick of being at school. So they talking about, oh, I'm sick, Mom. Can you come pick me up? And you got this boss standing here talking about, nah, you can't leave. Bitch, I'm about to go. Look, let me tell you something. Ever since I had kids, working in any kind of corporate job, any kind of job that I had to clock in and out was not going to work for me. Because the moment my kid calls me and says they don't feel good, something is wrong with them, they need me to get them, it ain't nothing Sarah, Karen, Susan, or Tom gonna tell me that's gonna make me stay. I wish you would tell me you can't leave. I am an adult. I sure the fuck can leave. Well, if you leave, you're gonna lose your job, and then I just have to lose this job. But what I'm not gonna do is abandon my kid up here at this school, or let my kid didn't get picked up by the bus, or something happened with my child. They got a bomb threat or whatever the hell the case is. And I'm just gonna sit here and act like it ain't no thing. That's not gonna work for me. It's just not gonna work for me. And I remember being a kid in school and my mom telling me, look, I can't leave my job for you. I can't leave my job for you. You if you sick, you're gonna have to stay in the nurse's office and be sick to the end of the school day. And I don't want to do my kids like that. It's not that I want to be a better parent. My mom did what she had to do. She survived the way she had to survive. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to definitely make sure my kids don't never have to feel like they can't go home from school if something is wrong. You know what I mean? Because it's been a couple times I've had to go and just pick my kid up. Come on, let's just go home. We'll figure it out at home. So being able to work multiple jobs and being able to say, you know, okay, if I got to go do something today, I'll just take this computer with me. I can see why people want to do that. I really do. I can see why people want to do that. All right. So I put this next article under currency conversations because I really feel as though if this happens, the tobacco company is going to kick in because they're going to lose so much money. Do you know how big California is, you guys? So California bill would eventually ban all tobacco sales. Y'all hear that? When the weed man starts selling cigarettes in California, you're gonna know why. But here it goes. Some California lawmakers want to eventually ban all tobacco sales in the nation's most populous state, filing legislation to make it illegal to sell cigarettes and other products to anyone born after January 1, 2007. If signed into law, it would mean that by 2073, people wanting to buy cigarettes would have to show ID to prove that they're at least 67 years old. We can ensure that the next generation of children in California do not become addicted to smoking, said Assembly Member Damon Connolly, a Democrat from San Rafael and the author of the bill. The proposal is likely to face strong opposition from the tobacco industry, which would fight to maintain its access to its largest U.S. market. I knew it. If the ban were to become law, the industry could sue to block it. It could also challenge the ban at the ballot box, asking voters to stop it from taking effect. The ban will impact a lot of jobs, and it will have a repercussion throughout the economy of California, said Charles Janagan, president of California Association of Retail Tobacconists. I ain't never heard that word before. Connolly and others are confident that the ban would survive if they get it passed in the legislature. It's modeled after a new similar New Zealand law enacted last year that bans the sale of tobacco products to anyone born after January 1, 2009. In the U.S., the city of Brookline, Massachusetts, passed a local law banning the sale of tobacco products within its border to anyone born after January 1, 2000, a law that so far the courts have allowed to remain in effect. In 2020, Governor Gavin Newsom signed a law banning the sale of most flavored tobacco products in the state. The tobacco industry asked voters to block the law, but in November, voters allowed it to take effect. This is the logical next step of that, Connolly said. The goal here is to lead to actually change the conversation beyond our state's borders and to really try to move the needle forward in the direction that favors public health. The bill would not penalize people for using or possessing tobacco products. Instead, it would fine retailers for selling them. Connolly said that he's open to amendments that might create an exemption for religious and cultural uses, but he said the ban would not impact marijuana, which is legal to smoke recreationally in California. Tobacco products and marijuana are not apples to apples comparison, he said. The U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention says smoking marijuana includes many of the same toxins and cancer-causing chemicals found in tobacco smoke. The agency says more research is needed, but said limited evidence has shown the connection between chronic marijuana smoking and testicular cancer. The ban could also eliminate income for the state, as California collected more than $1.5 billion in tobacco taxes in 2021. At the end of the day, the state is the net loser, said Janagan. Connolly said the ban would save taxpayers money, citing the tremendous impacts in tobacco on our health of nicotine and tobacco on our public health system. Preventing the next generation of Californians from becoming addicted to smoking should be a priority for anyone who cares about public health of our state and the well-being of our children. I think this is a good idea because, like he said, comparing it to cannabis or marijuana is not apples to apples. That's apples to oranges. And the reason why it's apples to oranges, because marijuana is just the plant. Okay. It's just the cannabis plant. But a cigarette is tobacco. It's nicotine. It's the nicotine in the tobacco. It's the formaldehyde. It's the rat poison. It's the I think somebody told me that cigarettes also have what's the stuff that you put in your house for the oh, where is Rodney when you need him? The stuff that you put in your house so that for insulation, that it's got that stuff in there too. Like smoking cigarettes is bad, okay? They will tear up your lungs. And no, we haven't found not one positive reason why you should be smoking cigarettes. Not one. But at least with cannabis, your whole body has an endocannabinoid system. I need you to know that. Your body does not have an endo-tobacco system. It doesn't. But it does have an endocannabinoid system. And what does that mean? That means that if y'all believe that God made no mistakes And everything that he did was for a reason. There must be a reason why God put in your body a way for you to absorb and process marijuana. You're supposed to be taking it. I'm doing what God told me to do. I'm smoking my weed because God said you got a whole system in your body that need it. For every woman who has ever breastfed, when you breastfeed your child, whether or not you have cannabis in your system or not, you produce a cannabis-like what's the word I'm looking for? Enzyme. You produce a cannabis-like enzyme that convinces the baby that it wants to continue to be hungry. We have a whole system in your body will never shut down from smoking too much cannabis or eating too much. Now, wait a minute. Now, you might go a little, you might have time now, okay? But you ain't never gonna die. It's never gonna shut down your heart. It's never gonna shut down your medulla oblongata, and it's never gonna shut down your lungs. You smoke enough tobacco, I'm sure it's gonna shut down them lungs, okay? Take too much cocaine, I'm sure it's gonna shut down that medulla oblongata or shut down that your heart, your cardiac system. Okay? But not with cannabis. So I'm all for it. I ain't never been a cigarette smoker. I ain't never liked cigarettes. I'm still mad at my husband to this day because I fell in love with him before I knew he was on cigarettes. And now him and my cousin smoke cigarettes. I have a rule. Y'all smoke cigarettes wherever else y'all want to, but do not smoke cigarettes in my room. Do not smoke cigarettes in my bedroom. I can't take it. I can't take it. My mom would smoke cigarettes outside or she was smoking them in her room. But I'm not in favor of cigarettes. I'm not, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. If I lived in California, I would vote for this bill 9 times out of 10. I would. Now see, here go Greenfinger said, now here we go. The government is trying to control another plant. But it's not that they trying to control the plant. I get it. Tobacco is a plant. It grows. I get it. But like I said, it's not just the plant. It's all of the other stuff that y'all putting into that little cigarette. Okay? And that filter ain't helping filter nothing out. And it's not just that, but this particular plant is having a definite what's the word I'm looking for? You can see how it's affecting us in other situations. It's affecting our healthcare system. It's affecting our way of life. I mean, think of all the different things that happen to a person. You can die from secondhand smoke. The fact that I'm at risk to have lung cancers from just being around these two jackasses in my house that's smoking cigarettes, and they only jackasses because they smoke cigarettes. Everything else about them is fine. But just the fact that I live in this house with these two jackasses that are smoking cigarettes is enough to put me at risk. Where's the lie? So why is it that if the government is supposed to try to protect the masses of its people, why is this wrong? Why are we looking at it like the government is trying to, overstep? I don't think so. I think in this situation, this is just like people was mad as hell when they said you can't smoke cigarettes inside no more. Do y'all remember in the 90s going into Red Lobster? And Red Lobster having a smoking section, and that just fit. Whoo, baby, you can't. Whoo. Remember when you used to go in hotels and you could smoke in any hotel room? And if you go into the hotel room after a smoker, how bad it smelled in there? Like, I see no positive anything for cigarettes. You're not going to convince me that these are good things. Where is the positive health effect on cigarettes? Because if you say, well, again, cannabis, you smoking cannabis, what's the difference? I'm gonna lay your ass out with all of the reasons why you should be smoking cannabis, or if not smoking it, consuming it, or applying it topically, or using a suppository. Hell, I'm waiting on them to come out with a inhalation where Give me a cannabis, what's the things called? Nebulizer. I take it. What's up? You know what I'm saying? People with glaucoma. I would love for scientists to be able to come out with a way for cannabis to be in an eye drop to reduce the pressure and inflammation in their eyes from glaucoma. I'm trying to get my nana to consume some cannabis so bad, but she won't, because she said the last time she ever had cannabis, she ate a whole bucket of chicken by herself, and her brother was mad. So she ain't doing it. But there are absolutely positively reasons why cannabis is okay compared to tobacco. And yes, Mr. Greenfinger, I do, but I smoke it for a reason. I've got chronic back pain, like bad, and it's because of my scoliosis. And when I consume cannabis, it helps to release the nerve in it. I just don't feel it as much. It don't go away. Let me not sit up here and make it sound like, oh, it just goes away, because that's not what happens. It's still there, but it's got a little dull feeling to it compared to and I can deal with it. But I'd rather do that than be on Vicodin or something else like that. That's gonna cause me to be like drooling at the mouth and sitting in the corner somewhere like that. I'm not doing that. I just don't have time for it. So yeah, there's that. We got one more for you. And this is still coming right out of California. California is trying to do exactly the same thing that Reverend Raphael Warnock was running his platform on, in which I believe he did here for Georgia as well. And they're announcing plans to produce $30 insulin. Okay. Governor Gavin Newsom, I'm really liking this guy. I don't see. Now, if y'all find things wrong with him, if there's things about Governor Newsom that y'all don't like, or that you're not agreeing with, let me know. I won't just praise this man. I'll talk about the things that he ain't doing right too, because I don't have no problem getting on Governor the evil over there in Florida, right? So send me the articles on both sides of it. If he doing some crazy stuff, let me know. But so far, between changing San Quentin from a jail to a rehabilitation center, that sounds great. Banning cigarettes, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Make the insulin low cost. Come on. Protecting women's rights and not stopping abortions and allowing people to come to California for their reproductive rights. Yes. Like, what else y'all want? I want this man to run for president if he gonna act like this. Come on, let's go. All right, hold on. I'm trying to get the page to catch up with me so I can talk about this. Okay, there we go. So back in July of 2022, Newsom announced that he had approved a budget that allocated $100 million for California to make its own insulin. Okay. Many questions remain, however, and the state and the Civica have yet to locate a California-based manufacturing facility. Regulatory approvals will be needed, and it's possible competitors could slash their prices and undercut the state product. Okay. Hey, in this case, look, undercut the fuck out of them. Produce insulin at $5 a bottle. Let's go. The way I want y'all to undercut each other. If I could y'all imagine the pharmaceutical companies trying to undercut each other and get lower and lower because you want them to buy your product instead of these other products? Let's go. Who gonna do it first? Run it. Lower these prices. Let's go. Many questions remain, however. It also comes after several majority insulin manufacturers recently announced that they will be slashing prices too. Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk said this month that they will lower the cost of insulin by up to 70 to 75% respectively. Eli Lilly said it would automatically cap out-of-pocket insulin costs at $35 for insured individuals and expand its insulin value program. Anthony Wright, Executive Director of Health Across California, a statewide consumer healthcare advocacy group, welcomed Newsom's announcement, saying efforts by California and others to develop a competing generic are likely a factor in getting insulin manufacturers to cut their prices. Still, there are obstacles. The work to develop a generic to get FDA approval and set up manufacturing will take real time, Wright said in an email. There are many, even more time in the effort to get doctors to prescribe the drug and insurers and pharmacy benefit managers to include it in their formulas and patents and the public to accept and ask for it. There should be other risk state analysis have warned that California's entry into the market could prompt other manufacturers to reduce the availability of their drug and a potential, I don't want this pop-up, a potential unintended consequence. Even with the challenges of entering a competitive established market, Newsom said taxpayers would have very ample protections. If for whatever reason, the deal didn't work out to the state's benefit, there are all kinds of provisions that would allow us to pull out, he said. According to state documents, the proposed program could save many patients between $2,000 to $4,000 a year. We're talking about y'all grandma, people. That's what we're talking about. And think about it. A lot of people who are on insulin aren't just on insulin, but my grandma was a diabetic that was on insulin, and she was also having to go and do dialysis. You know what I'm saying? Like we're up here and we're charging our parents, our grandparents, the people who raised us, the highest amount for stuff that they need to live. It makes no sense that it should cost you everything just to be able to survive and live. It just doesn't make sense. And then this is how ignorant our country is, right? So I can't afford to live, but I'm not allowed to die. Now make this make sense. I can't afford to live, but I can't take myself out. Sound kind of weird, right? When I'm saying it, and I know somebody out there like, but we don't want people to kill themselves. But you don't think people killing themselves trying to work to be able to afford an extra $2,000 a month for some medication that they body is breaking down because they need the medication? You don't think it's wrong that people are out here and instead of taking the medication the way it's prescribed by their doctor, they taking half or a piece of it, or they skipping days and they still having issues? I'll wait because that's not fair either. Mentally, they just in the same amount of strife. Like, I'm all for this. I say lower the price of insulin and then start doing it on everything else that y'all got out here. Cut the middleman out. Hey, where the street pharmacists at? Baby. Now that's what you need to watch out for. Okay? When the weed man starts selling insulin, okay. I ain't gonna front. I might go get me a little sugar water. You know what I'm saying? But we can't say that we care about our communities, and we can't say that we care about the people that are most vulnerable if we putting them in positions to do things. Why does my 90-year-old grandma still got to try to figure out how to get a job as a Walmart greeter so she can pay for her damn medicines? Explain that to me. Where's the golden years? Where's the golden age gonna be? Because it can't be that damn golden if I gotta work. I'm telling you right now, it ain't golden if I got to get out of my big, good, comfy chair and I don't get to watch Victor Newman still throwing down what he throwing down. Okay, I'm telling you right now. So, let me know what y'all think about these. You can always jump in my DM. As always, if you guys find great articles and great stories about things that are going on in the community, drop them in my DM. Y'all know I'll talk about them, and y'all are doing it, and I appreciate it. Y'all are out here sending me stories and letting me know what's going on, and I appreciate it greatly. I appreciate it for real. So we about to go ahead and get out of here. For our next segment, we've got a guest in the building. We're gonna play some music and we're gonna bring them in. And y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. All Hustle No Fear is waking you up in the morning, baby. We are doing this. All right. This is your girl, the Hood Unicorn. We will be right back. Pull that up and bow.
You're tuned in to Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. Go over to your Play Store and download Hits 92.3. Don't want to miss your favorite show? Click that tab in the top left-hand corner and set the alarm. You'll never miss another episode. Love all of the shows and can't decide? Then scroll down and rate Hits 92.3 and also leave a message for your favorite radio personality, letting them know what an amazing job they're doing. While you're at it, go over to our Instagram page and follow us on Hits 92.3.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is All Hustle, No Fear on Hits 92.3. And every morning you wake up with us because we rock your mic.
Mm-hmm. How big is your mic, Sunshine?
Big enough to interview you with.
Crazy on them niggas with no handouts. Can't lose focus, poop a home just like it planned out. New Giuseppe, holla at Hefe, hope he drop the ticket. Hit the rap shit don't work, I probably gon' call some pigeons. I got vision, mind my business, motherfucker narc. Keep that F in that Iron Man, Tony Stark. YSL for my bitch, she might as well faint. Don't get loose, Saint, we parlay just like Desi Banks. Fuck your kill tech, I know real vets, yo. Fuck you homes, yeah, I met your head like chill pet, yo. I hit the re-up, I go donkey on that back end, yeah. I'm always packing, yeah, I hate when hoes be acting, yeah. I go crazy, fuck a nigga, I can't trip about no hoe now. I got bitches in my business tryna go now. I know bitches getting bodied by the name now, yeah. I go private, I know pilots by their name now, yeah. I got cheese, I can't treat the street the same now. For the hoes, I got Poppy sending bands now. Came for no handouts, I'm the man now.
Let me tell some of y'all young niggas something. See, back in my day, we was on top of the hills. You little niggas just on some pills. Me? All I do is get money and fuck these bitches.
I went crazy on them niggas with no handouts. Can't lose focus, poop a home just like it planned out. New Giuseppe, holla at Hefe, hope he drop the ticket. If the rap shit don't work, I probably gon' call some pigeons. I got vision, mind my business, motherfucker narc. Keep that F in that Iron Man, Tony Stark. YSL for my bitch, she might as well faint. Don't get loose, Saint, we parlay just like Desi Banks. And cut.
I gotta be thankful because I know someone lost their life today. And so every moment I endeavor to live life the righteous way. To serve with a sense of purpose and let love light the way. Even if I die today, that's just the price I pay. Just know I try to be kind and seek the divine every night and day. Gratitude for the sunrise, gratitude for the sunshine, gratitude for the moonlight. Every day feels like a new life, especially when I meditate. Take a breath and then I elevate. Everything deserves gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. Gratitude is the fruit of life. The nourishment of the soul when there's no food in sight. When your vibrations are low and you feel blue inside. Gratitude is the attitude that gets you through the night. Never believe in lack of limitations. Anything can be manifested with a little appreciation. I appreciate my life. I appreciate my breath. Ashe, I appreciate my sight. Ashe, gratitude for my health. Ashe, gratitude is the happiest move. Even if I happen to lose, everything deserves gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. With a heart full of gratitude and a mind full of peace. It's how you should live. It's how you should be. With a heart full of gratitude and a mind full of peace. That's how you should love. That's how you stay free. Yeah, 2020 AD. I just wanna make love. I just wanna make peace. I just wanna stay free. 2020 AD. I just wanna make love. I just wanna make peace. I just wanna stay free. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude. Gratitude. That's my everyday attitude. Gratitude.
Are you in need of some tattoo therapy? Visit Studio 219 for your next tattoo or piercing. Studio 219 is located at 1900 Piedmont Road in Atlanta, just 1 mile from the Lindbergh train station. Studio 219 is open Monday through Saturday from 12 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. and closed every Sunday. Book your appointment today by visiting www.studio219ink.com. That's studio219inc.com. Make sure to follow 219 on Instagram for promotions and specials at Studio219ink. Studio 219. Let us fix your creative itch.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Sunshine Reigns with All Hustle, No Fear, and we are radio that you have to watch. That's right. We are radio that you need to tune into to watch all of the fun that is going down here at the Hits 92.3 station. So what I need you to do is follow me at All Hustle, No Fear on YouTube, or follow Hits 92.3 on Facebook, and tune in Monday through Friday from 7 to 10 a.m. for All Hustle, No Fear. We are After Dark Radio in the morning.
And we are back. We're back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Are you awake yet? If you not, wake your ass up and get up and let's get this thing-a-langin', okay? We out here and we thumping and we bumping, and we have a interview to do today. We have Tajon in the building with us. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing so well.
Woo! And I say you up early in the morning looking jazzy.
Listen, for the girls.
I'm loving it. I'm talking about all the way from the head to the toe, baby, looking
Thank
good,
you.
looking
I
good.
think coming on your show half stepping.
I never expected it. When I saw the pictures that you sent me, I didn't expect nothing else. I didn't expect nothing else. As a matter of fact, when we take pictures, I'm gonna take off these shoes right here, and I'm gonna put on my good ones.
And that's what
I'm not gonna let you.
Okay, right.
Hold on, wait, give it to him. Yes, work it. Yes. All right, there we go.
You got me acting up this early in the morning.
Baby, I got everybody be acting up early in the morning. Don't play with me. That's what we do here.
Okay.
We act up, okay? We have some fun. So they can see you over there on YouTube. Instagram, whatever I'm on right over there. All right, y'all. So next up is You Don't Say. Tajon is going to be in here. He's going to talk to me about some of these things that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about him. And guess what? He brought his new music to All Hustle No Fear to debut. So we're going to be talking about his new album and everything. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Under You Don't Say, this first one made my sphincter itch. Baby, the way...
Not the sphincter.
Okay. It puckered up.
I just had to prepare. Now I know what kind of show we on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I tell you it, because I was pissed. Listen to this headline, y'all. Okay, I call it Not Racist. That's what I call it, because y'all know I changed the headlines for me, right? But listen to this. Listen to this clickbait here. Ahmaud Arbery's killer denied racist motives and are trying to appeal.
So you know that actually is a personal story.
What is?
I lived in that area.
Where Ahmaud Arbery? Oh, you from the country?
Well, I'm not from there, but I worked there as a music teacher for 5 years.
Really?
In Glenn County, yeah. Took a lot of jogs in white neighborhoods.
You better not do it again.
Yeah.
You need to put on your white face if you're going to go jogging, black people. I just need y'all to know that. Anyways, okay. So down in Savannah, Georgia, 3 white men serving prison sentences in the 2020 killing of Ahmaud Arbery are asking appeals to throw out their federal hate crime convictions, with 2 of them arguing that their histories of making racist comments don't prove that they target Arbery because he was black. Okay, y'all, look, this is what we not going to do. What we not going to do is we not going to try to call a banana or orange. What we not gonna do, we gonna call a spade. And yes, I use that term, and yes, I know where it come from, but we gonna call a spade, because what you are not gonna do is tell me that if this was some white woman that was jogging in her little shorts and was walking around the neighborhood and looking at things, that y'all wouldn't have whistled and kept going. But because it was some black guy that y'all didn't know, that y'all felt threatened by, that y'all felt whatever, not only did y'all attack this man, but y'all
hunted him.
Say it again.
He was hunted.
Say it one more time for the people that don't understand.
100% hunted.
Because that's exactly what happened. And you don't do that unless there is some sort of racial undertone to it. Okay? What else is left? That's just like this young man that just passed away, that they said they found him in the woods and his genitals was in his mouth, and he was beheaded and everything else. Tell me that's not racial. Because when do black people kill white folks like that? Never.
That part.
Never. Now y'all might get shot. You might get robbed.
We've had a couple mass shootings by black people recently. But that's not something that we're known for. It's definitely not.
And I bet you if we go into their history, they hung out with, with a Tim and a Connor.
Hakuna Matata.
Okay? let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and let's see what these is saying. Let's see. They say every crime committed against the African American by a man who has used racist language in the past is not a hate crime. No. But it is a baseline for how you feel about people and what you're thinking. Yes?
100%.
Yes. And let's just be honest. The area that they was in, it's not known for their inclusion and their civil rights fight. Okay? We talking about the Deep South.
But let's also not forget that implicit bias is a real thing, and just because racism is hard to measure, that doesn't mean it's not there.
And what's the law? I might not know, I might not be able to define it, but when I see it, yes, I know it.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what this
100%.
was. Arbery was 25 and he was chased by pickup trucks. That don't sound like the Long Kiss. The Thin. What was that movie with?
I know what you're talking about.
Ooh. Yeah, I killed him, and I hope they rot in hell. What was that movie?
In a minute.
The Time to Kill. Don't they sound like A Time to Kill? We done seen this movie before. Yeah. Anyways,
and black people, we don't trail behind nobody unless we trying to shoot them dead.
What?
So just people in general, like you're not about to trail behind nobody unless you're trying to be about that life.
And not in a pickup truck, in pickup trucks. It was multiple of y'all. What y'all thought this boy was gonna do? So it says, and was fatally shot in the streets of a Georgia subdivision outside of the port city of Brunswick on February 23rd, 2020. His killing sparked a national outcry when cell phone video Brian recorded of the shooting leaked online more than 2 months later. Greg McMichael, his son, Travis McMichael, armed himself with guns and pursued Aubrey after he was spotted running past their home, because running while black is obviously a crime. Brian joined the chase in his own truck and recorded Travis and McMichael shooting Aubrey at a close range with a shotgun, because, you know, asking him to stop and tell us or talk to us or trying to just be a regular person wasn't available. I need to talk to you with my shotgun.
Or simply just minding your business. Because why does he have to answer to you for anything?
This gives me real Fox and the Hound type deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the hounds is chasing the fox, and when they catch him, what you think they gonna do? Tickle him? No, they gonna kill him.
Yeah. I must say my experience in Brunswick overall, because I lived there for 5 years, I never experienced a racist situation. However, that does not negate that this is a very real racist act, right?
Exactly.
And so for me, it's been very difficult, just kind of like that duality and that just like hyper juxtaposition of like, I never experienced
He just
this.
used one of my favorite words, y'all. Y'all heard him say it? Y'all heard him say juxtaposition? Y'all know I love that word.
I can't go into
I love the
on
way,
the radio.
baby, I love the way that word just tickle your lips and your tongue together. Say it again.
Did it make your sphincter go?
It made the front squeeze just a little bit.
Say it again.
Juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition. Thank
Woo, yes, I love that word. You got to put it in another song. You got to put that word in the song. And just for me, be like the juxtaposition.
Don't quit me with a good time.
All three men were sentenced to life in prison after a jury convicted them of murder in a Georgia state court in 2021. The following year, they stood trial again in the U.S. District Court, where they were found guilty of committing a federal hate crimes in Aubrey's death. That jury was shown roughly 24 racist text messages and social media posts by McMichaels and Brian. They all filed legal briefs in their federal appeals on March 3rd in the 11th Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals in Atlanta. Attorneys for Brian and Greg McMichael say that their hate crime convictions should be overturned because the evidence shows they pursued Aubrey thinking he was a criminal, not because of his race. But what made you think he was a criminal? His race. You automatically assumed that because he was a black guy that wasn't supposed to be in your neighborhood, that you didn't know, that didn't yes sir to you, that he was a criminal, and you treated him as such. You are not the judge, the jury, or the executioner, but that day you decided to be all of them. So yes, I can't wait till they deny this man's appeal.
They weren't even policemen.
Woo!
They have no badge.
I told you, hearing this made my sphincter close up. Because how dare you say this wasn't about race? Here go Mr. Greenfinger, and everybody that watched the show, Mr. Greenfinger already let us know that he is an older white man. Okay? Mr. Greenfinger said, we know damn well that them Peckerwoods killed that dude. 8 grand, Mr. Greenwood. Thank you for being a stand-up white person and being an ally and letting these folks know you're not gonna sit up here and pull the wool over my eyes. What your grandma say? I was born that night.
My grandma used to say I wasn't born yesterday. So I don't know that one.
My grandma used to say I was born that night, but I wasn't born last night.
Okay. You know, we always got to say it.
You know what I'm saying?
You find out a new one every day.
I might have been born that night, but I wasn't born last night. Now, what you ain't gonna do is pull the wool over my eyes. Okay, this right here this makes absolutely no sense. I hope and I pray that whatever judge gets this appeal looks at it and just cracks their ass off, just laughs and laughs and laughs, and send these Peckerwood. I'm gonna use the word you use. Send these Peckerwoods right on back, and I hope they get in with a right big black dude named Bubba. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be in a cell with a Jerome, a Tyrone, oh, so bad. I want these men to have to listen to Tupac and NWA all damn day. Like the way
You need to be in a cell with a Zay. A Zay.
The way I want these men to suffer is, and God know my heart. I got a good heart, God. I really do. But this irritated my soul because you got the caucasity. You got the caucasity to walk your ass up there to this appellate judge and say, "We didn't do this because he was black." What?
Bring back shame. Let's do that. Let's bring back shame. Because for you to fix your face to even walk up to somebody after you did something wrong.
What do you mean he was black? I didn't even notice that he was black. I don't see color. I was just chasing after some random person running.
To try to put a stipulation on your wrongdoing, which was clearly wrong. Just
sweet baby Jesus, what you not gonna do? What you not gonna do is that. Okay, so the next one we have is who gets fired? Who gets fired? Now, this is a question.
I used to be a manager, so I'm ready for this.
You ready for this one?
Yeah.
Look, okay, so now it's under you don't say. So it's gonna be some foolishness into it. It ain't gonna hit it. You think you gonna know what this about, then he's gonna hit you. You be like, now you know what?
Okay.
Now you know what. Here we go. Google fires an employee for not being inclusive after refusing sexual advances from a female coworker. What? So the person who turned down the advances is the one who got fired.
I'm assuming it's a woman, a female, right?
No! Here we go. A lawsuit against Google alleges that the company slacked a male employee for not being inclusive enough after he rejected the advances of a female coworker. Now, if we don't talk about equal rights, I don't know what this is. Baby, so you saying if my male boss try to tell me I got to go to dinner with him, I can get him fired in HR for hey, this is sexual harassment. But if I'm a woman and I'm trying to get, look at your face.
I'm perplexed. I am bamboozled. I am verklempt.
Oh, I like that one. Verklempt.
I'm very confused by that.
Ooh. So here we go. Despite Ryan Ohan's claimed history of above average performance at the company, he allegedly was fired after a coworker of his who was allegedly upset that he had rebuffed her advances encouraged other people to complain about him. The female coworker allegedly came on to Ohan during an off-site dinner, rubbing his stomach and telling him he had such a nice body and that her marriage lacked spice. According to the lawsuit, Ohan claims that he became uncomfortable following the incident and later reported it to Human Resources. As you should. As you should. However, according to the lawsuit, no inquiry into the matter was ever launched by the company, even though Ohan was told if the roles had been reversed, a female accusing a white male, the matter would have likely been escalated. And that's why I'm mad at this. Because what's good for the goose got to be good for the gander. If I can't sexually harass you, you can't sexually harass me. Okay? Ladies, you can't be walking around putting your titties in people's face at work. Huh? You can't do that. This is not okay. You can't be walking into the men's bathroom talking about, all right, pull them out. You can't do that, man. You can't drop stuff. Hold on. Don't pick that up for me. Yeah, you do.
Like Jocelyn said, I cannot. You can't
do that, ma'am. Are you serious right now?
That's crazy.
The lawsuit claims that following Ohan's rejection of his female coworker and his subsequent complaint to Human Resources, the coworker began retaliating against him by complaining to others in the company about alleged microaggressions. Google employees often dismiss the female employees' allegedly outlandish behavior, tells Ohan, frequently blaming it on alcohol and her general personality. First of all, bitch, we ain't even supposed to be drinking at work. So what is you talking about? And if your personality is like this, you need it fixed.
I think Google's the blame here. It sounds like
professionalism
and negligence from Google's part. Yeah.
As you should. This man may not never work again. If you do this right, sir, if you do this right, you know how every month Google changed their little search engine bar, depending on what's going on, you gonna get your day. Right there on that search engine bar. Boy, sir, do right now. Get a good lawyer. Get a good one. Yeah. Cause somebody gonna get a nice 15 to 25% off of this.
As Ayanna would say, this is a hotbed of crazy.
This is woo. Ohan's firing came after he had been informed by the vice president of his division that there were obviously too many white guys on the management team. Okay, now see, this is another reason why people don't like affirmative action. Right here, because why the hell you saying something like this out loud? Do we believe that sometimes it be too many white guys on the team and we need some diversity and inclusion? Sure the hell do. But we're not going to say out loud that we're going to fire you so we can hire somebody else because we got too many white guys. Sir, I hope you did your due diligence and everything was recorded. Yeah. You saved every email, every write-up, baby. When I tell you, you better do what you're supposed to do with this.
I hope he got a good lawyer, because that's crazy.
Ohan's attorneys are seeking a declaratory judgment from the court saying that both Google and the female employee violated New York's human rights law. He also is seeking damages to be determined at trial. Okay, come on, sir. How much y'all think he gonna make off of this?
Cause I'm Google, so I feel like a couple mil.
I'm feeling like I need at least 1.5 to feel better. Cause she accosted me. And y'all didn't make it any better. Y'all made me feel like I was the problem. And for that reason right there, for the fact that Google was complacent, it should go ahead and add up on there. You need to go ahead and throw a couple more zeros on there.
It's
just
her
for that.
wrongdoing and Google's negligence.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Y'all got to be careful with this. Let's see what we got over here in the comment section. Rodney is here and he said, fresh from waking and bacon. He said, man, I thought Marshawn Lynch was on this thing. Is he calling you Marshawn Lynch?
Probably. I don't know who Marshawn Lynch is.
Oh, that's a fine ass football player. Okay. Marshawn Lynch, he the one who be like, I'm just here so I don't get fired.
Is he have long hair?
Yeah, he got long locks.
Shoot,
yeah.
Let's go then. I'll take that compliment.
Let's see what else. Let's see what they're saying over on Instagram. We've got Between Magic and Dreams. Between Magic and Dreams said, go off on them, Sunshine. You already know. Yeah. I'm all for the little guy. And I don't care who the little guy is and what situation. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to do wrong by people and you ain't going to do them dirty. I don't like that. And then Between Magic and Dreams said, well, I'm okay with titties in my face at work. I ain't gonna front. I like it when y'all send me titties too at work, but y'all don't do it enough for me.
No titties at work. Man.
And Rodney said Google got long money. You gonna have to run a couple ads after this lawsuit, Google. You gonna have to up the price of that Google storage, cause Lord. he gonna get his money for this one. He definitely gonna get his money for this one. Greenfinger said, if she a 10, she can sexually harass me. And I think, honestly, that's what this woman was counting on. She was counting on the fact that, he'll find me attractive, and because he's a man and men always want it. You know what I'm saying?
Which is not true.
It's
and this
not
is a wonderful
true.
example of that. Even though we got Mr. Greenfinger talking about she a 10, you know what? Men say that all the time, but
if he was really in this
situation,
he probably
and
feel
if
the
she
same
really,
way.
because sometimes she could be a 10, but she might not be your kind of 10.
Her breakfast stink.
As a bisexual guy, like, there are a lot of beautiful women I see all the time, but that doesn't mean I'm attracted physically to them, right?
I mean, it don't even have anything to do with sexuality. It has to do with being a person,
A decent human being.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Just because I find one person attractive don't mean I'm gonna find everybody attractive.
Exactly.
And just because you think you attractive don't mean I gotta think you attractive.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so she's automatically assuming that just because she a woman and it's not just because she's a woman, y'all. What really is the stickler about it is the fact that she's in a higher position than him. So making him feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could lose my job if I don't do this with my boss. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that really is unnerving.
Manipulation.
The manipulation of it all. That's the yeah.
I'm loving that men are starting to advocate for themselves, though. You know,
yeah, hell
because
yeah.
this type of stuff happens often, more often than you would realize. I've been touched on my butt at the workplace before.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you haul off?
I didn't.
Man,
The
I would have.
person was my boss.
What's love got to do with it?
The person was my boss, and I just
brought
was
that
like,
bad boy down from OSHA and brought it all the way up.
yeah,
Okay,
the person
you
was
don't
my
know.
boss, and I was just like, I'm just gonna let that go. So, but yeah, I'm glad to see that, you know, and now if I knew then what I know now, maybe it would have been a different situation. But
I think more men need to report rapes as well, because men get raped too. And if y'all don't believe it, go watch Law and Order SVU. They show you men can be molested and raped too. And I think y'all need to start reporting these crimes a lot more often too, because it does not matter what your sex is. It does not matter. People are messed up in the head when they force themselves onto you and you don't want it. No matter what the whatever is, it ain't right. It ain't right.
Yeah.
It ain't right. So there we go. That was our you don't say. If y'all find some things that's going on in the country that you just like, they do. You don't say. Make sure y'all go ahead and drop them in my DM or email them to me. Now we're gonna go ahead and get started with this interview.
Well, first of all, I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for
Yes, man. First of all, your visuals are everything.
Thank you so much.
I see you working it, baby, and you is not playing games. I was watching one of your music videos, and you were doing all of the stuff with the hands and stuff. Yes, and I was just wondering to myself, are you one of them people that when the guys dance and they be dropping to the floor and doing that? Do you do that too?
He's not a death dropper.
Oh.
But I do have dance technique training.
Okay.
My basis is hip hop.
Okay.
So I started with hip hop, just naturally being good at it, watching Michael Jackson music videos.
Everybody did.
Britney Spears, Aaliyah, you know what I'm saying? And
okay, hold on. Nope. We're not gonna go past that. We're not gonna go past Britney Spears.
Listen,
and the reason why. Okay, thank you. Because Instagram Britney. I know I can't talk about her because y'all protect Britney and free Britney and everything else, but that last video she posted and she's all, I'm not with the Britney dancing right now. I'm not with Britney dancing in the bathing suit.
So much good positive energy to Britney. That's all I'm gonna say on that. But I started in hip hop for sure, and then I took a little jazz, took a little ballet.
Okay.
Kind of broadened my horizons just a little bit for a couple of years. You would think, but I'm not. One would think, but I'm not limber at all. I can't do a split. I can't put my legs. No, not me. But I could give you a good 1-2 step. I can give you some good choreography for sure. But yeah, that's where I started. So dance and incorporating dance in my music is very important to me because I feel like it aids in telling the story. And I am a very visual artist. So that means a lot to me that you would say that my visual was everything to you and you really got something out of it. So yeah, that was the Down music video. We just dropped that on Monday. So
awesome.
It's out. It's available on YouTube for everybody to go stream. And the album is out today.
Yes. So, we're debuting some music today. I can't wait. We're gonna listen, have a little listening session and see what we got. So tell us a little bit about your process and your progress in with the visuals and videos, because you know a lot of artists as they start out. Wait, let me start over. Hold on. How old are you?
Oh, we talking about age?
I mean, because if I'm only asking because then you'll understand the relevance of what I'm saying.
Okay, I will say, can I give you a general?
Yeah.
I'm past 25.
You're past 25, but you're not over 35?
No.
Okay, so it might be a little bit different for you then. See,
well, try me.
When we were growing up, the only people who created music videos were Hype Williams. Like, I'm 40.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So for us, watching music videos and stuff like that, it was an event.
You sat down.
Yes.
You tuned in.
That Michael Jackson Remember the Time video, these were movies.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so then something happened where everybody had one of these.
Oversaturation.
Everybody had a camera, and now a brand new artist can have a music video out. You know what I mean? So as an artist, how do you keep your music videos interesting, fresh, vibrant? You know, I didn't see not one music video you walking through the convenience store like we see some.
Those are rough. Those
you
are
know
rough.
what I'm talking about?
I can't do it. I can't get through those. Those are rough. Yeah, for me, I came from that era of sitting down to watch the music video. I came from the area. Remember that MTV show? Well, first of all, there was a BET All Access Granted when you saw that. And then there was an MTV show where you got to, like, there was a lucky contestant that got to remake their favorite artist's music video. Do you remember that show?
No.
Oh, that show was everything. But anyway, I've always been really captivated by the process of making a music video. And for me, a lot of times, I fell in love with songs because of music video itself. So for me, the music video is a very important aid in telling the story of the music, and a lot of times can be the determining factor of a person choosing to listen to your project or not. And so for me, I don't take that responsibility lightly at all. You'll never catch me in a convenience store. Never. Absolutely not. I grew up on the Brandys, the Monicas, the Aaliyahs, the Michael Jacksons, the Princes of the world. So I know that a music video, you can't just be doing anything in a music video.
You gotta come with it.
It irks my soul when I see independent artists just in a parking lot singing or in a parking lot rapping in front of a car that they rented. Let's do better.
Yeah.
So for me, you'll never see that. I'm going to give you upper echelon. So
how do you choose which song is the one that should get visuals?
I will say that's a difficult one because all my songs are my babies, right? But what I did with this project was I actually sent out some feelers to some people whose musical opinion I trust. So it was about maybe like 5 or 6 people. Like, this album actually was 3 years in the making. So the songs were finished 3 years ago.
Really?
But the whole preparation process of getting it to you now and making sure everything was right, making sure I had my team together and everything, I take that personally too. So one thing about me and Tajonyx, when you listen to my music, everything is meticulously done. I don't just put out stuff like independent artists do. I don't just throw something out as soon as I get done. No, there's going to be a rollout. It's going to be done correctly. So I don't want anybody that looks at my stuff to be like, oh, he independent. I don't want you to think that. I want you to think that I'm major, because I am. I'm indie, but I'm major. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, I sent out the album to about 5-6 people and told them to rank the songs they like the best. And so that's what kind of gave me an idea of, like, these are the songs that are resonating with people. Let me use these songs for the music videos. So that's how I did that.
I like that because it offers you to meet the people where they are with what they're loving on. You know what I mean? One thing that I look for in music videos, or that I do pay attention to, which is really quite funny to me, is, are the words of what you're doing or what you're talking about actually making sense with the video? And the best example I can give you is there's a R. Kelly. Don't y'all be mad at me for bringing up R. Kelly. But there's an R. Kelly music video where he's talking about, I want you to braid my hair, and his hair is like in the worst fro or something like that. Or it was whatever he was saying didn't add up in the video, and I was just like, Kelly, you You could have did a little bit better at this one. Y'all didn't put the visuals and the words together in the right way. Like this could have looked a little bit better. So I'm one of those people. I pay attention to that kind of stuff. So
I love that too. I actually really love that. I feel like we've gotten away from that in the industry of telling the story of the lyrics through the music video.
Mm-hmm.
On an independent scale, sometimes that can be a little harder to do.
It is
because of the budget involved.
Right.
There have been stories that I've told through my music videos before, actually quite a bit. But this particular new one is more of like a setup situation. I want you to kind of like just get into the vibes. But there will be like the next music video coming out. There is a story.
Awesome.
So we're getting into that for sure. And I think that is very important.
That's what's up. That's what's up. When you're choosing your videographers to work with and your editors, what are you looking for? And for anybody that's new coming up, what would you tell them to pay attention to and look forward to? Because, you know, something that a lot of people don't know, and we talk business here, and I try to keep y'all abreast. Whoever push play on the camera, whoever's camera it is, that's the person who owns the footage. You do not own that footage unless you have a contract or something. But whoever's phone it's on, whoever camera it's on, whoever push play, whoever push record, that's who owns it. So you have to be very careful working with people because you can get slighted.
You can get messed up.
So how do you make sure that the people that you work with are good, upstanding people? Like, how do you choose your team?
So especially with this album, Phantom Fire, that's the title of the album, by the way.
Go ahead.
It was important for me to pick people who really understood the vision. And I would say that's the number one lesson that I've learned, because I've been doing music since 2008. I sent my first demo to Arista Records.
Oh,
if you don't know Arista Records,
now we know.
Record label Whitney Houston was signed to.
Be careful.
Well, I didn't get a call back from Arista, but I will say that was the catalyst for me doing music. Right?
You ain't get a call back from them yet, because you never know. They might see something and be like,
back from them. I'm independent. Listen,
never mind.
Being a businessman and knowing how independent, the landscape of music nowadays. In the 80s, Arista give me a call, but we not there no more, baby.
Okay.
So anyway, Lord, I done got sidetracked.
I'm sorry.
Picking your team is very important. One thing I will always say is there's a feeling when you know that someone is invested in you as a person and wanting to see you win versus being very talented at what they do and only in it for a check. That was a big and co-director, Caliph Caro. He's been absolutely amazing. He's over here to the side recording as we speak. And one thing I can say about him is from the moment that we've met, he's always been invested in the artistry that I possess. And man, I can't tell you how many times he's called me or sent me a text message or email at 2 a.m. We have conversations late at night about the vision of what we're trying to do with this Phantom Fire album and everything. And so for me, the difference with him was there was a professionalism, there was a talent, there was the ability and capability, but there was also this investment in my artistry. And so for everybody who's a part of my team, I am very observant about that. If I feel like you're really not in it to see me win, now granted, money is money and you got to get paid, right? And bills have to be paid. And I completely understand that. And I would never want to not give people what they earn, right?
Right.
But you also got to have a heart for this.
Right.
And so I would say that's my number one advice for anybody that is looking for a team to help their vision come to life. You got to really it's a learned trait to feel when someone is invested in your artistry. And not just trying to get a check.
Let's go to some of these comments right here. So Between Magic and Dream said networks cut programming for Michael Jackson videos. And Official One King Forever for Life said, right, I was thinking like old music, new edition.
Yeah.
What's up, Yuri Phoenix? I ain't seen you in a while. Hey, how you doing? What's up? Teacher Nitra said, new Britney need Jesus.
Well, to make a comment on the new edition and the old music videos, that's definitely what I'm trying to bring back. I would say the vein of my music is definitely like me and Michael Jackson have the same birthday. Like he is my ultimate inspiration.
Okay.
So I would say like Michael Jackson, Prince, Aaliyah, kind of that type of vibe with Brandy's harmonies.
So let me ask you this. How do you feel about the Michael Jackson, Chris Brown comparison?
I think that Michael Jackson is my number one. I think that Chris Brown is an amazing artist in his own right. I think that we can have room and space for both men to shine in their own light without doing the comparison game. And I think for me as an artist that is coming into the game as well, I think we can start to get into a tricky place when we try to compete musicians against each other, because this isn't a sports team, right? This is people who have a gift that want to share it with the world. And so for me, I try not to do the competition and music game. Chris Brown is somebody who his music has definitely inspired me. Michael Jackson is someone whose music, I mean, gosh, like I live
like
by.
who had my kids were singing Michael Jackson the other day. I was like, how you know that? And they was like, we love Michael Jackson. And I was like, first of all, you don't know nothing about Michael Jackson. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
it's something about growing up when Michael Jackson was in his prime.
My uncle used to love Michael Jackson so much that he had the Thriller video game. Do y'all remember the Thriller video game? Look, she said no.
That's a little bit for my time.
Oh, I know. I know. Let me tell you something. Mike Jackson, that's one of them. That's one
I
of
was
them.
so because we have the same birthday, growing up, they would have his live concerts playing on TV on our birthday. So man, I used to get in front of the TV.
You
just
thought he
watch
was playing for you.
Man.
For me, it was Whitney Houston.
Don't get me started about Whitney.
Woo! I would watch videos of Whitney Houston performing for the soldiers and watch Whitney Houston concerts and stuff like. Oh my God, I would jump on top of my grandma's bed singing, "Oh, I want to dance with somebody, dance." You know what I'm saying?
The heat with somebody. And you're talking about
Whitney.
Positive female singers who can really blow,
right?
And that's. I must say, like, for me, bringing it back to the album, that's somebody who I can say is on my album. I don't know if you are familiar with Tiffany Evans, but
yes,
the legendary Tiffany Evans is on my album. So, so excited. You're talking about females who can really, really sing. Like, she added so much to the album, and I'm so grateful and blessed that she was able to be a part of this project. And, you know, like, I think that's the type of legacy I want to leave behind is, you know, pairing, if I do a collab, doing it with someone who's really talented. I feel like there's a lot of non-talent in the market these days. And I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. The artists that we grew up on compared to the artists that this new generation is growing up on.
They're clickbait artists is what I call them. They're artists.
It's giving TikTok.
Yeah, it's clickbait artists, and I'm not for them. One thing too that I just want to bring, Diddy said that love music is dead. That don't nobody sing, you know, them songs about love. And I would just like to add that if we could just get men dancing in the rain again, singing in the desert in leather pants with no shirts on, you know, those kind of things. We need that back, okay?
I'm trying, girl. I'm trying to bring it back in my own queer way, you know, but
let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, you know. So Jesus, the hair is okay. The industry has definitely changed.
In my mind, I think Little Nas X might have been the catalyst. But as a LGBTQ artist, let's be honest, in the 90s,
no,
it wouldn't have worked.
They would have me sagging my pants and wearing an A hat.
Right. And a white tee.
And a white tee.
Right. And
baggy blue jeans.
You know what I'm saying?
Which I would have done.
With it, rock with it.
Which I would have done, but they would have known I was queer. But I would have played the game as long as I had to play it.
But even somebody like Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean tried it, and that one line, this is a feeling I never felt before. Everybody would, whoa, Frank. Whoa.
What's going on, friend?
What's going on? What is he talking about? He's talking about a booty hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody lost it. So what do you think has changed that made not just singing, but made rapping. I mean, come on, y'all. Let's be honest. We knew Kevin Campbell.
Tevin Campbell.
Thank you, because my lips.
Who a lot of people say I look like if I don't have this wig on.
Really? I'd have to see side
and my
by
hair
side.
and my voice. They compare it to a lot.
But we knew Tevin Campbell was not asking a female, "Can we talk?" He was talking to a little boy.
Can we talk?
Tevin Campbell then came out talking about he's LGBTQ. Yeah. Everybody said, "Duh." We knew that. We knew this.
Well,
we knew this.
I can say as an LGBTQ
artist,
artist, sometimes everyone around you knows before you do. And that's okay. And I think it's important for people who are not LGBTQ to project what they think they know, because you really don't know until they tell you that they're LGBTQ, right? But you might have a hunch, and that's okay. But keep it to yourself. I feel like me growing up, I experienced that a lot. Before I ever kissed someone of the same sex or had a sexual relationship with anybody of the same sex. I'm 13 years old, going to school and just trying to make sure that, I make it to my classes on time and people are projecting sexuality on me. And it's so funny that we have legislation that wants to protect their children against LGBTQ people because we are sexualizing them. Y'all were sexualizing us from the beginning before we even knew who we were. Y'all were sexualizing us and saying we like to kiss boys and stuff like that. So anyway, I don't want to go down that hill, but what I want to say
is, about that, right? Y'all know how I feel about that. Don't ask me about my sexual orientation unless you're trying to fuck. Because why are you asking me?
That part.
You trying to hit this? What's up?
But I will say, as an LGBTQ artist, artists like Lil Nas X have definitely paved the way for artists like me to make the strides that I'm making, and Saucy Santana, and I'm very grateful for that. Even artists like Tajonyx Hall, and so I'm very grateful for that. I will say that Tajon comes with something different. And I think that it's important for people outside the LGBTQ community to understand that LGBTQ artists are nuanced. We don't all wear the same things. We don't all dress the same way. We don't all speak or act the same way. And that's kind of what makes it amazing about our community. And I think that will be reflected in our genre of music as well. For me, it's like, when Lil Nas X came out, I was just like, okay, this is great. It definitely gave me that, I could put my chin up a little bit and really do this the way I want to do it. I can't say that I would be presenting myself the way I'm presenting myself right now. If it wasn't for artists like Lil Nas X and Saucy Santana that came out and were unapologetic and said, this is who I am, and you either gonna like it or you're not. And because of their authenticity, they have the following that they have. But yeah, I think 100%, for me, I'm trying to make music that's kind of different than what they're doing. I'm not necessarily, I would say that my music speaks for itself. I think my messaging and my lyrics goes a little bit more deep, and I think I really want to make people feel emotion. I want this album, Phantom Fire, really takes you through, a roller coaster of emotions. And starting it off with the single Down was really important to me. And, having Tiffany Evans partner with me on the Down remix, which is on the album, I think you'll really hear the difference between me and other LGBTQ artists that are out right now. We're really bringing back the music that makes you feel something. And I think that would be my biggest difference between me and some of the other LGBTQ artists out right now that are killing the game. And I'm so excited to see this. I feel like there's room for us all to win. And I'm just trying to get out here and get my piece of the pie too. So I'm just hoping that everyone, supports the project, because a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears went into it. And yeah, it's just the authenticity of the human spirit. At the end of the day, I think this album has something for everybody, whether you're straight or LGBTQ. It's just about the human experience and the human condition. So that's amazing. I think that I'm just so excited for people to listen to it.
So, do you ever feel as though it's too much? Like, have you ever watched an artist or seen something that they've done and just been like, y'all took it a little too far this time? Like, y'all. I mean, because even with straight artists, it's sometimes you just be sitting there watching and you be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Y'all really pushed that one. Y'all pushed that one real far there. Okay. Do you ever feel like that?
I will say that I do feel that way, but not just about LGBTQ artists. I will say I feel that way about artists, period. I feel like sometimes, no, not sometimes. I feel like we have gotten into a place in the industry where it's about shock value and no longer about the music, about really upholding the craft of music, the art form of music. So it's different from me. I went to school for this. You know what I'm saying? This really is my life. You know what I'm saying? The way that I feel when I hear a song that is executed properly and well done, it is just the endorphins that go off in my body when artists, you can tell that they give their life for the music. So for me, there's a lot of gimmicks in the music industry nowadays, which, listen, I'm not mad, but at the same time, like, if you want to do a gimmick, make sure the music is on the level of the gimmick, right? For me, like Lil Nas X, that's one thing I would say about my boy Lil Nas X. He has gimmicks for days, but for anybody that actually listened to the album, but for anybody who actually listened to the album, it was a well done album. And that's coming from me, who is a very harsh music critic. Okay. I'm very harsh. It was a really well done album, and I was like, I get why you go so hard. Okay, I get why you go so hard to get the attention for people to look at the music, because it's really well done music.
So then what's your top 3 right now?
Woo! Okay. Top 3 artists that are out currently right now, or just top 3 overall?
I'm not even going to put labels on it. I'm just going to say, what's your top 3?
Girl. Okay. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Right.
Duh. We knew that was going to be in there.
Yeah. This is hard. Brandy.
Okay.
The boy is mine. The boy is mine.
The boy is mine. And Aaliyah. I think, though, I can't go wrong with those 3. Those 3 are who shaped me to be the artist I am today. There
What's your favorite
so
Aaliyah
more.
song? Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. I cried when it's only 2 people I cried when they died. I cried when Aaliyah died, and I physically know exactly where I was the moment I found out she passed away. Okay, like I know where I was when Aaliyah died. Same thing with Tupac. When Tupac died, that's the reason why my nose pierced now. On my 15th birthday, after Tupac died, I asked my mom, could I get my nose pierced in homage to Tupac? So here we are, damn near 20 years later, and I still got this bad boy in here as a homage to Tupac. So if anybody ever wants to know a secret about Sunshine, I got my nose pierced because of Tupac. So as much as I love Aaliyah, it is really hard for me to listen to Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. That whole album, it is extremely hard because of everything that I know about Aaliyah, everything that I know that's happened with R. Kelly. Listening to some of those lyrics and putting them into perspective now, it's really difficult, especially as a mother, to listen to that. But everything else, when Aaliyah got with Tim and Magoo and Missy Elliott, oh man, that warmed my cold dead heart. I can listen to all of that all day long. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me, when it comes to the Aaliyah story, I take the power out of it. That R. Kelly took over her, and I just focus on the beauty of her as an artist. And for me, it's like when I listen to Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, I try to focus on this young girl who was in love for the first time. We know the parameters around that, but I try to focus on the fact that she was a girl experiencing love for the first time. And I try to just really focus on the authenticity of that feeling, as opposed to all of the other stuff around it, right?
I think with Aaliyah,
because it wasn't her fault.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
I'm not gonna blame the victim.
So why overshadow her music with this dark cloud that R. Kelly put over her? You know what I'm saying? He took advantage of her, but it's definitely easier to listen to the Timbaland and Magoo collabs and Missy Elliott collabs and stuff like that. I think when you're talking about my favorite song that Aaliyah has done, I think the one that will always just get me off my feet is what is it? More Than a Woman. More Than Love, More Than Woman. But if we're talking about emotion, then I Care For You.
Yes,
That high
whole
note
album. That whole I used that album to break up with somebody.
That high note.
I used that whole album to break up with somebody. I swear to God, I was singing them songs loud as hell. He was like, "Are you trying to tell me something?" Yes, yes, I am. It's over.
Yeah. She had a really wonderful way of evoking emotion with this soft voice, and I just don't think we've come across that again in music. She didn't necessarily have to belt, but she could get the same emotion out by just her soft tone. And by the way, I know this is a bit off subject, but make sure you guys give me a follow on social media at Tajon on all my socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook and TikTok. That's TAJONYX, Tajon. But back to Aaliyah. But yeah, I think she's somebody who, like, I just love her, and I mean, I don't want to talk about her too much because I'll start crying.
Oh, okay.
I really
okay.
do
So
love
we're gonna
her.
change it because y'all know I'm a G and I can't cry on radio.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna go to a quick break, real quick, and as we go to this break, we're gonna play one of the songs from Tajon's new album. I need you to go ahead and introduce this album to me. You've been talking about Down, and so that's the one we're gonna go ahead and play first. Tell
Make
us a
sure you
little
play
bit
the
about
remix
this.
with Tiffany Evans so people can get into that.
I'm gonna
the
play
Down
the one that
remix.
you
Yeah,
sent.
yeah. Okay, so hopefully it's the one with Tiffany Evans.
Whichever one
If it's not, then check
whichever
out the
one
one
was
with
in
Tiffany
that
Evans too.
that email
Okay, it's fine,
is
it's
the
fine.
one I'm gonna play.
So Phantom Fire is an album that is out today, literally dropped today, so it's fresh off the presses, and make sure you go check it out. It's literally everywhere that you stream music, so you ain't got no excuse to listen to it, okay? It's nice, good, clean music with the message. I'm trying to bring back real music, okay? So make sure you check it out. Give me a follow on social media at Tajon, TAJONYX, and enjoy the music, man. That's what it's about at the end of the day. It's just trying to make somebody feel a little less alone. So enjoy the music.
All right, and this is Down by Tajon. We'll be back.
I told ya, it's never really over. When you eat, sleep, dreaming it, wake up, you're still thinking it. You wanna give up, but your people be steady streaming it. I thought I told ya, it's never really over. When it's playing in your mind, these lyrics in and around. Push the paper to the pen, match your melody to the side. Man, these numbers are so low. Man, they're sleeping on my flow. Maybe I should just fall back. Gotta keep going. Should I just face the facts? I've been writing for so long. I've been posting all these songs. Something tells me to keep on. Got my city to put on. We'll go down. Wherever I'ma start, I'ma finish. I'm still young, got too much fire left up in me. We'll go down. Wherever I'ma start, I'ma finish. I'm still young, got too much fire left up in me. I know I told ya before I got to know ya that this music choke holding me, weighing me down like groceries, and I ain't letting up to my pockets. It's so intricacy. I know I told ya, ain't settling down for ya. Till these visions get realer, the mission becomes clearer. Gotta see it come to life before playing the father figure, yeah. I can love you the right way. I can let you have your say. I could get down on one knee. I can give you what you need. But I won't change you, I am. I'm not changing on my plans. Then go find you a new man. When will we cut ambitions? We'll go down, 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 down. Whatever I'ma start, I'ma finish. I'm still young, got too much fire left up in me. We'll go down, 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 down. Whatever I'ma start, I'ma finish. I'm still young, got too much fire left up in me. I know it's hard dealing with me, huh? Hard to control me when my vibes feeling stingy, huh? Hard to decode it when my vibes like Da Vinci, huh? You say you don't get how I'm acting, no Kaminsky, huh? Babe, you know I do it for the love. Never complaining when it's raining or push comes to shove. Never explaining how the game was never showing love. So I throw bricks in the windows like I'm superior.
They don't like it, but I'ma speak the truth. Not going down without a fight, yeah, I'm the living proof. Think I'ma let go of my dreams cause you think I'm a fool? Think I'ma give into this pain and use it as a tool to achieve greatness right in the face of my enemies. They follow just to see me where you know I aim to please. They'll soon regret the day they ever tried to play with me. Got Jesus on my side, we going down to history. I'm still young, got too much fire left in me. Wherever I'm a star, I'm a finish. I'm still young, got too much fire left in me. I'm still young, got too much fire left in me.
You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3 ATL, the real definition of internet radio. Download the app in the Google Play Store or the iTunes Store and make sure each and every day to all of the dope shows that we have on this platform.
In the Midwest, nothing is given, everything is earned. Hardworking blue-collar individuals sticking together. Shop WeMidwestKids.com.
I had 3.5s in my ear. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get me some more blunt earrings. All right, we're back. That was Down by Tajonyx. So tell us how you came up with that song and what was put into it for that.
Yeah, so honestly, that song, I wrote that song at a really low place, actually, and I was reflecting on, like, I was literally about to give up on music. I actually, not literally, like, I put out a video and everything on my social media telling people that I was gonna retire from music, how I felt like I wasn't really getting the support, all that. Like, I was feeling really defeated.
Artists, if you feel like that, first of all, know that you're not alone. Like, this is something that a lot of people go through, because if y'all remember a couple of years ago, I remember when Tiana Taylor was on her Instagram, and she was just like, y'all not showing me no love. I'm not getting the support I need. Like, nobody out here really fucking with me like that. So I ain't worried about it. You know what I mean? And I love her.
She's so dope.
Oh my God. That woman is first of all, who are your parents? Because your face has been molded by the gods.
She's so beautiful.
She is so fucking fine.
And non-problematic. Like, the most non-problematic person.
But you can definitely tell if you want some, you can get some. And I love that about her personality. But if you want some, you can get some. Yeah. Step up.
But
okay.
Even with that, like, she was provoked. Like, she didn't just say anything. You know, she was minding her business, and something happened.
Mr. Greenfinger said that was a good one. He liked that
much,
song.
Mr.
That's what's up.
Make sure you check out the album. Phantom Fire is out everywhere you stream music, and make sure you check out that Down remix with Tiffany Evans if you want some variety with the Down song. A wonderful feature, a wonderful human being. So grateful for that feature. But yeah, make sure you let me know what you think of the rest of the album, Mr. Greenfinger, because I like your commentary already. You sound like a real one.
I promise you, I only have the realest listeners and people that watch and tune in. And when I tell you, these people that are on here right now that's commenting, they hear every single morning.
And I'm laughing at you, Anitra.
Before I get here.
I'm laughing at Anitra talking about new Britney needs Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then Mr. Greenfinger talking about we need the drugs that she on, that Britney on. Look, what we not gonna do. Greenfinger, what we not gonna do is have them coming after me.
I'm happy that her conservatorship, it seems like at least they found like a happy medium with her conservatorship. I do wish her the best. I do have a lot of love for Britney, and I'm rooting for her. I think she can I think that there's nothing that's not too hard for God, and I'm just leave it right there. I think that she's a fighter. She's shown us that she's a fighter, and I'm rooting for you, Britney. I love you.
Yeah, I'm with that. So other than music, what are you into, and what do you see yourself doing and tapping into? Because I love the juxtaposition of the human nature. You know, we have I hate when people talk like we just played a LeBron commercial a second ago. So I hate when people be like, just shut up and play basketball, or just be this. As humans, we're not just anything. You know what I mean? So you're not just a musical artist. There are so many other facets to your personality. So what tell us more about Tajon, and not just the singer. I know that's what you came up here for. Like, I know you came up here to promote the album, but I want to know you, because I'm a firm believer that people don't just fall in love with the music, they fall in love with the artist. Gotcha. And the only way to really fall in love with an artist is to know them and listen to them and talk to them and get to feel them on a personal level. You know what I mean? I don't care what y'all say. Me and Aaliyah was best friends.
And can't nobody tell you different.
And can't nobody tell you different, because I watched like 8 times Aaliyah sit up there and talk about, no, this is all my hair. And when I have to go to bed at night, I gotta wrap this thing up and put a pin in, and then wrap it around and put a pin here. I remember that video because that's what I had to do to wrap my hair.
She was really that girl.
Okay, I loved Aaliyah. So tell us about you. Like,
I think to give a nice synopsis of who I am, like, I'm that friend that dances with you at weddings. You know, I'm that friend that talks to you for 3 hours about that breakup with that person that you know you weren't supposed to be with and wasn't right for you, but you went through it with that person and you came out on the other side. And, you know, I'm that shoulder that you lean on when you need to cry about that breakup and you need to process those feelings. I'm the friend
that brings the shovel and the lime. Not lime, the lie. Yeah, I'm the shovel and the lie. We got you. Okay, don't worry about it.
We all need we're different for a reason, right? So and I'm also that person who will pray for you. You know, I'm also that person who will make you laugh. You know, I love making my friends laugh. I'm naturally a funny person, so that's something that I just love, putting smiles on people's faces. I'm a brother. I'm a son. I am a boyfriend. You know, I'm all of these things. And
so are you single right now?
No.
Are you a boyfriend? Like, if it's somebody out there that's watching and they try to jump in your DM, is somebody gonna be mad? Or is it
you can jump in my DMs all day.
Confusing, or it's complicated.
You can jump in my DMs all day as long as you're talking about the Phantom Fire album that's out right now.
Okay.
And we'll keep it at that. You know, I keep my romantic life a little bit close to the chest because I got something worth protecting. But I will say that if you're gonna DM me on the music tip. Give me a follow at TAJONYX. Let's talk about this music. Let's get into that. And I do respond to my DMs. I don't think I'm any better than anybody on planet Earth, right? And I love talking to the people who truly support me. And I will, as long as it doesn't get weird. I will talk to you.
Weirdos out
as
there.
long as it doesn't get weird, I will talk to you, and we can talk about the music, and we can talk about your life, and we can talk about what you're going through, and how I can be of service to you in the best way I can know how.
That's what's up. Mr. Greenfinger said, I subscribed on YouTube.
Yay!
And he also said, you don't need a shovel and lie when you got a wood chipper and pigs. I love my
Mr. Greenfinger is on that.
Mr. Greenfinger, I love you.
Different wavelength.
I love you.
Okay. It's always good to have a green finger in your corner.
And a sunshine. Okay. I promise you, ride or die for life.
But I would say that's who I am at my core. I do genuinely want the best for people. Another thing about me, if you come at me with loving kindness, I'm gonna come right back at you 10 times harder with loving kindness. Exactly. If you come back to me on some BS, I do match energy.
I match energy.
Very much. I very much match energy. So I think respect is important. I don't think respect is earned. I think that respect should be just like the default. Mm-hmm. But if you come at me with something different, then we can go in a different direction together. Mm-hmm. If you want to get funny, I can get hilarious.
I like that. Yeah, baby, I can kiki with you all day long. What's up?
Yeah.
So you've been talking about how you had Tiffany Evans on the remix to Down. Who are some other people that you've worked with, want to work with, or, you know, those people that you just like, oh my God, if I can get a feature by this person right here, I will slap your mama. What's up?
I think that if I can get a feature with anybody right now, Doja.
Really?
I love Doja Cat.
You are the second person within 24 hours who has told me they are in love with Doja Cat. And I hate to say this out loud, but I don't
you don't get it?
No, not that I don't get it, but the only Doja Cat song I really know is Bitch I'm a Cow, Bitch I'm a Cow.
Oh, you got to get up to date, girl. Yeah.
Like that's the only
Let me tell you, when I
know.
first heard that song, I quickly was like, because it gave TikTok,
right?
It gave Gimmick,
right?
So I quickly dismissed it, and I did not listen to Doja for years. My best friend kept sending me stuff. Listen to this. I'm like, why you keep sending me this moo cow woman? So I started listening to it again. I was and to the new stuff, and I was like, oh, she has talent. Like, oh no, like, and then the next song, like, no, like she's really talented. Like,
okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put her. I'm gonna add her to my. I'm gonna add her to my YouTube list.
Dope. And I think that she used that song as just kind of like a gimmick to get her on. But she is a real artist, and I feel like one of the best artists we've seen in the last 5 years. In my opinion. Yeah, she can go head to head with the Nickies, with the Little Kims, but she also can sing too.
So who do you think is the most underrated artist right now? Because there's somebody that I'm in love with, and I just don't see her enough. I am in love with Kalani.
I think Kalani is underrated for sure. I think Victoria Monet is underrated for sure.
Need that name, never heard of that.
Oh, yes, Victoria Monet is underrated. She started out as a songwriter, very popular. She's known for very popular songs like Thank You Next with Ariana Grande. And the list really goes on and on. She's written some heavy hitters for a lot of people. And she's an independent artist. And she signed under Empire. And she's, making her own strides in independent music, but in a big way because she's got this cosign from these big artists. And she's really, really super dope and talented. And she has a new single coming out soon. I think it's called Smoke. Super duper dope artist. There are a lot of underrated artists.
You wouldn't happen to know her in person, would you?
I don't, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I wish I did. But
I need you to know.
I wish I did, but I'm sending her love. Tajon's an underrated artist. Period.
Tell him again, baby. Say
Tajon is definitely an underrated artist, but we in this piece and we're doing what we got to do. Another underrated artist. Let's see. Coco Jones. I feel like we're just now seeing a renaissance with Coco Jones, but sister has been at this. So yeah, she's in Bel Air now.
Okay, there we go. I was like, I feel like I know that name, but I don't feel like I know it for music.
Yeah, she's dope. She came from the Disney background. She was on a Disney Channel original movie called Let It Shine, which was a very famous Disney original movie. And she could sing even back then. Even before Disney, she was tearing down the house singing the national anthem at Major League football games. Yeah, like she really is a singer first, but she kind of got on because of the acting.
Okay.
So now we're kind of catching up to her musical identity, and she's a phenomenal singer. I think she's kind of like, in my opinion, in the Jasmine Sullivan space of things.
Ooh, Jazzy, that my baby.
And she's awesome. She's awesome. She has a new EP that just came out called The Things I Didn't Say, I think. And it's amazing. So I'm and she's gorgeous. I'm just so happy for her. It's so good to see chocolate sisters that are really making it happen. And I love it. I just love it.
Do you think the colorism issue that they talk about?
Yeah.
There. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love yes, and yes, I do.
I mean, I've even experienced it, and I don't profess to be the darkest shade of black, but I've even experienced that myself. So
really,
yeah,
y'all got to do better. Y'all gonna have to do better. So look, we've got another song by you.
Which one?
You sent them.
I know.
We've got Linger.
Oh yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Linger.
Linger's about a relationship that I was in that went, it didn't work out. Okay. Good person, but it didn't work out. And it was one of those things where it was like one of the first relationships that I was in where it was two good people coming together. That it wasn't a relationship shrouded in toxicity and trauma, but it just wasn't the right fit. I think it was the first relationship that taught me that everything can be right on paper, but there's an energetic compatibility that has to be right as well. And I didn't realize that. Because, LGBTQ people, a lot of times we're kind of behind the curve when it comes to dating because we have to go through the whole coming out process, the learning about ourselves process, understanding who we are, coming out to ourselves first process, and then coming out to the world, and then getting into the dating. So by the time your friends are married, working on their first child, you're kind of
divorce, and they first divorce. Let's not act like being straight means that your relationship is going to work and last forever.
Yeah. So it's by the time that's happening, the first divorce, we are kind of still in the dating thing and learning. So for me, that was a relationship that was a big learning opportunity for me. Great person, I have a lot of love for them, but we needed to go our separate ways, and the song's just about me telling the story about how I needed to go my separate way. Okay. And forge my own path, but the love I have with that person will always be there. And it's a song that over the last 3 years has changed meaning. In the beginning, it was the love I have for you will always be there. I'll always be in love with you. But now 3 years later, in another relationship, I should say, let me not down credit the relationship I'm in. It's taken on a new meaning of I always will care for you. I always will care for you as a human being, and I always will wish you well.
Okay, I like that. We're gonna go ahead and play this song next, but Mr. Greenfinger said, "Listen to The Planet. Her album from Doja Cat. It's catchy." Mr. Greenfinger, you listening to Doja Cat?
Planet Her. Yeah, that's her album's called Planet Her. And my album is Phantom Fire. Make sure you check it out.
Definitely. But let's talk about this, because the juxtaposition of who can be listening to your music.
I like Greenfinger.
I'm loving Greenfinger.
He has layers.
I want to meet you in person now.
He'll shoot you, but he'll also bop to, like a Planet Her song.
Right.
I like that.
I like that.
You all right with me, Mr. Greenfinger?
I'm telling you, I love it. King Improvement Solutions said, "But them gloves, though." Yes, gloves. Let's go.
Keep it in the closet.
Okay. I'm loving it.
Michael Jackson reference.
So what we're going to go ahead and do now is we're going to go ahead and play Linger. Y'all make sure y'all stick around, and we're going to have some more with Tajon.
Try to survive my first heartbreak. Wonder if I made a mistake. Seems no one cares when it's not them. They seem to downplay the feeling. They forgot I'm not a boy anymore, that my mind is in a tug of war. My heart's locked in revolving doors. Whoa. No one told me after love will change, that you no longer will be the same. Like the fragments of what still remains. Whoa. There's someone that I knew before, that I loved with all I had. Though we were apart, but I knew afar through the future of the past. My love will linger, linger. My love will linger. I look for you when you're not there. Wonder if you know I still care. Still wear the t-shirt you gave me. Still think of if buts and maybes. In a time where I felt out of control, you just wanted to see me let go. Can't imagine how that took its toll.
Never was my plan to break your heart. Never thought you would take it this far. I guess it seems that's where we are. Oh. There's someone that I knew before that I love with all I had. Though we were apart, never near or far through the future or the past. My love will linger, linger. My love will linger, linger.
All right, that is definitely giving ballad. That is definitely giving singing in the rain. Like that is definitely giving, you know, a lot of emotion
I
and
was
a
down
lot
bad.
of heart. Yeah,
I was down bad.
You I could definitely see you performing that on stage and crying.
Yeah, probably not though, because I don't love that person no more like that. But I was down bad at the time.
Just the passion of the song, not necessarily the muse of the song.
That's true.
But just the delivery and giving. I could definitely see you. You know, not and I ain't talking about like, but you know, just little, you know,
I can see that happening actually.
that one little tear, like you know,
if I really think about
yeah,
that relationship,
like on SNL. You standing on SNL and the light right there on you and ain't on nobody else.
Come on,
singing,
Manifestation
and then
SNL in Jesus' name.
And I swear to God, that first SNL performance you do, you better bring your ass back up here and be like, Sunshine called it. Mm-hmm. Sunshine called it. You know I'm a manifester.
Yeah, give me a call. I'll be back.
Now, y'all, it's almost time for us to get out of here. But you know, before we go, we like to let y'all know not only where you can network and you can and where you can catch us and things that you can find us doing, but exactly that, because that's what we do. Okay, network is your best work. Okay, if you're not networking, you ain't working. As a matter of fact, now that I see who you brought in here with, I know why you got an interview here. So come on up. You got to come on this side so that they can see you.
Let them know. The team.
So this young lady right here, I actually met at the gathering spot. My homegirl, Professor Cannabiche, y'all seen her in here before. She was on the 500th episode. She had a free ticket for what was it, a woman empowerment meeting or something like that. And she had a free ticket to bring a guest. She was a member of the gathering spot. So I went and I met all of these wonderful ass people. And this was one of them. Hey, y'all. Networking is your best working. Danielle, tell them about yourself and where you can find it.
Thank you so much.
Get in there.
What's up, everybody? It's Danielle S. Reed, founder of Reed Limited Entertainment, sitting right here next to my new client, Tajon. Y'all make sure y'all definitely go listen to Phantom Fire out now. And shout out to you, Hood Unicorn. We have definitely been on social media, like interacting, passing each other. This is my.
I'm mad you didn't take me to Vegas with you, but I'm not gonna say nothing about it because you went with your boo thing.
Okay.
But
and have fun too.
Vegas, I ain't been to Vegas yet, and I need to go. So
it was cool. It was cool. We can talk more about it because it was like really, really dope. But no, I'm super excited. Like I'm a publicist. That's what I do. I'm a publicist and a social media manager. A publicist is somebody that helps people get visibility, bookings, television, radio. We actually just had 2 clients on the news like 2 weeks ago. We did Good Day Atlanta for Math and More, and we also got CBS News for one of our recent clients. So please hit me up if you want to work. Reed Limited Entertainment, Black and White, RLE, that is the brand. And we are going to take Tajon all the way to the top, all the way. So let me know if you need anything. Follow me at Danielle S. Reed, REED. And I love what you're doing. And
Thank
I love
you.
this platform.
Thank you.
So,
And I'm glad. Hey, we gonna network, baby.
shout
Network
out
is
to
the
Hits
best work.
92.3.
Now you see why she on the team, because she on it.
Yes.
She on it.
This week, you guys can find me on Saturday. I will be at Art in Spark. You already know we getting sparky. We gonna smoke. We're gonna joke. We're gonna have a good ass time. You can get your tickets at Art in Spark. That's Art, the letter N, spark.com. Last time I looked at his page, he said he got a couple of VIP tickets left. And if you know, you know, get them because that goodie bag be hitting, okay? Also, the Elevated Food and Wine Festival is coming up. That's in April. That is on the 29th. Not only am I going to be out there as media, but I'm also going to be out there as a host. Make sure you visit the Elevated Food and Wine Festival page for tickets. And I believe their tickets are also on Eventbrite as well. But check out Elevated Food and Wine Festival on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. They're everywhere. I know they are. And you can find out more information about that. Make sure you're there for that. And is there anything else I'm doing that I need to tell y'all to go get y'all tickets to? Not yet. Not that I
She's
think of.
busy.
And busy and booked. Okay. If you are an artist and you would like to be right here in the hot seat, you want to do an interview, all you have to do is visit allhustlenofear.com. Be our guest. If you are an advertiser and you want your commercials played on all of our platforms, listen, you ain't got time to be trying to network and market and promote. So let me do some of that stuff for you. Okay. I will put you on all of the different social media platforms that I'm on, from Roku to Spotify to TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Hits 92.3, all for one very reasonable price. I'm not going to say low price because, bitch, I'm not low, but I am reasonable. Okay? There it is. You better tell them. And if you have new music that you want debuted here or a music video, all you have to do is same thing, allhustlenofear.com. Now, Tajon, where will you be performing? Where can they meet you in person? And what you got coming up next?
Yeah, so right now I do have a feature in David Magazine. It's on stands today, so make sure you go check that out. Also, make sure you check out Phantom Fire, the album that is currently out today on all streaming platforms. Let me know what you think of it.
And you can catch it here on Hits because now it's going to be in rotation on All Hustle No Fear.
I love to hear that. And also, and you can Shazam it. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
And also, make sure you give me a follow on social media. Performance dates to be determined and to be announced. We're working that out right now. But make sure you give me a follow on my social media so you can keep updated on future performance dates at TAJONYX, at TAJONYX. And thank you so much for your support and listening to this interview if you got to the end of it.
Hey, they stayed. My folks stay. They come from the beginning and stay from the rooter to the tutor.
I love it.
Y'all do, don't y'all? You know it. Y'all, we got to get out of here. But as always, if you haven't done it yet, depending on how you listening to me, if you watching me, just go ahead and download the Hits 92.3 app. Why do I want you to download it? Whether you have a Android or an ill phone.
I love it. I love it.
Why do I need you to download it? Because we need to be seen as lots of downloads so people can know that we popping like that. Not only that, but you might not be able to watch me all the time and you might need to go ahead and throw it on in your ears and pretend like your boss ain't talking to you. So download the Hits 92.3 app, as well as follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm on Fanbase, but I got logged out and I need to get my password back. I'll be on there back again. But we on all of that at All Hustle No Fear. Or you can follow Hits 92.3 on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram as well. We got to get out of here, but we love you and we will be back tomorrow. I'm excited as hell about tomorrow's show because I have Justin Hires. He was one of the actors on the new MacGyver series that was out a couple of years ago. And if you remember when they did the sitcom for Rush Hour, he played what was
Chris Tucker's character?
Chris Tucker's character's name in Rush Hour?
That's a great question.
Man, I'm old. Y'all, come on now. One of y'all gonna hit it to me.
I don't know.
What was Chris Tucker's name in Rush Hour? It wasn't Lee. That was.
I can Google it.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yes.
What was it? Carter, I love you. Okay, he played Carter on the Rush Hour reboot for the sitcom. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for that. He's a comedian. He's been doing stand up, and he has a podcast. So we're going to be talking to him because he's coming into town, and I'm super excited because I'm a fangirl all the way out. I loved MacGyver. Okay, like I was so excited when it was coming out, and I'm gonna find some things that I'm gonna drop on the table and see if he can create something out of it. We'll see what happens. All right, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. You can always watch old shows again on allhustlenofear.com. We're gonna go ahead and leave out of here, but we are gonna play Down on our way out. Go ahead and let them know about the song one more time.
Yes, this is Down by me, Tajon, on Phantom Fire, the album that's out today on all streaming platforms. Also, make sure you check out the remix with Miss Tiffany Evans if you like her. Yes, I rock your promise ring.
Yes. This is All Hustle No Fear on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio.
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast.
I thought I told ya, it's never really over. When you eat, sleep, dreaming, and wake up, you're still thinking that you wanna give up, but your people be steady streaming it. I thought I told ya, it's never really over. When it's playing in your mind, these lyrics in the rhyme. Push the paper to the pen, match your melody to the sign. Man, these numbers are so low. Man, they're sleeping on my flow. Maybe I should just fall back. Gotta keep going. Should I just face the facts? I've been writing for so long. I've been posting all these songs. Something tells me to keep on. Got my city to put on. We'll go down. Whatever, I'ma start, I'ma finish. I'm still young, got too much fire left up in me. We'll go down. Whatever, I'ma start, I'ma finish. I'm still young, got too much fire left up in me. I know I told ya before I got to know ya that this music drove cold to me, weighing me down like groceries, and I ain't letting up to my pockets. It's so intricacy. I know I told ya, ain't settling down for ya. Till these visions get realer, the mission becomes clearer. Gotta see it come to life before playing the father figure, yeah. I can love you the right way. I can let you have your say. I could get down on one knee. Prove it to me. I can give you what you need. But I won't change who I am. I'm not changing on my plans. Then go find you a new man. One where we cut ambitions. We'll go down. Whatever, I'ma start, I'ma finish. I'm still young, got too much fire left up in me. We'll go down. Whatever, I'ma start, I'ma finish. I'm still young, got too much fire left up in me. I know it's hard dealing with me, huh? Hard to control me when my vibes feeling stingy, huh? Hard to decode it when my vibes like Da Vinci, huh? You say you don't get how I'm acting, no Kaminsky, huh? Babe, you know I do it for the love. Never complaining when it's raining or push comes to shove. Never explaining how the game was never showing love. So I throw bricks in the windows like I'm superior. They don't like it, but I'ma speak the truth. Not going down without a fight, yeah, I'm the living proof. Think I'ma let go of my dreams cause you think I'm a fool? Think I'ma give into this pain and use it as a tool to achieve greatness right in the face of my enemies. They follow just to see me win. You know I aim to please. They'll soon regret the day they ever tried to play with me. Got Jesus on my side, we going down to history. I'm still young, got too much fire left in me. Wherever I'm a start, I'm a finish. I'm still young, got too much fire left in me. I'm still young, got too much fire left in me. I'm still young, got too much fire left in me.
I just want to run my business and do ratchet shit with my friends. That's it.